What is he doing here? Always him, always him, always him. All right. Oh, I guess we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the very first Playday in EOL Season 4. And we're back. We're back with another one. It hasn't been too long, but we're back. We're back and ready for more heats to be brought out. And we're going to be starting off with a good old match. I'm going to be quick so we can, actually get to the gameplay. We're going to be starting off with Neverlast Esports today, facing off versus K9. Now, a lot of these players have been transferred over to new teams from others, so we're going to be seeing, nothing new, actually. We're going to be actually a lot of new things, my mistake. And just for the clarification, today I'm going to be joined by the observer, producer, Dan, the one and only, and my co-caster right there, Rods. So, Rods, can you introduce yourself? It's your first time casting, correct?
Yeah, it's my first time. Well, I've played comp for a while, and I'm just trying to get into casting because I think it's something I want to do. Yeah, it's basically me.
All right. Great. So, always love to have some new members in the team. So, with that, let's actually go into the details of what we're going to be seeing today. And, first map is going to be back to good old default. Nothing new. You always see it. It's not like it's a rare occasion. So, it's going to be good old Boragon or Oregon, as you may call it. And for second map, we're going to be seeing something completely out of order. I have never casted it in all these months. I've never even seen it. It's like a myth. And it is going to be Skyscraper. Second map says Skyscraper. I'm quite surprised they chose it. Most of the resolutions or the solutions would be at the end. Clubhouse, it would be Chalet. Most something similar to that, but it's going to be Skyscraper. And, I think if all the players should be ready, we should start the first Playday of Season 4. Now, Rhodes, what are your opinions on these maps? It's your first time casting, but how, as a player, do you like them?
Well, Oregon's pretty standard stuff. I mean, it's a kind of standard map. It's just yeah, everyone knows all like the pre-play shower cams or all that sort of stuff. And Skyscraper, on the other hand, is completely different. I think it's actually a very playable map if you learn how to play it. It's just the teams that don't play it are just scared to try something new. But the teams that are picking it probably have played it in scrims, have a few strats on it, and they think it's doing well.
I mean,
yeah.
Most definitely. Well, with that, let's actually head over to the bands. The bands you have pretty casual. You have Thatcher and Floors, which actually, I don't see much Floors. Floors, I feel like, is a very underestimated operator, especially with, in basement and just everywhere, how much utility he can destroy. But yet, people still choose Finka over him. Now, for the defense, it's probably going to Kate, but what do you think the second band on defense could be?
You're probably going to see a Valk or a Mirror, more than likely.
Okay,
so okay. Well, this is basically trying to stop these these hard roams, kind of like SSG style roams, or also to defend the middle floor sites, because you can just use those castle windows to just like hold power positions basically, and then yeah, you can basically waste more time on your own with that.
Very interesting.
As you were saying, Flores isn't exactly a far out ban for me. It's kind of a standard one for most comp teams, but they're basically just going to try and ban Flores so they can hold shields more easy. Yeah, that's pretty much that. We've obviously seen in scrims that Flores is a problem, and we just want to deal with it. And you can play Finker and Flores at the same time in a lineup, because Finker's literally like probably the best entry operator right now. Well, yeah, definitely the best entry operator.
Yeah, I cannot agree more with you. I mean, Finka and, Valkyrie with the nade meta, everything coming in. Finka's just the perfect operator on attack. You cannot have worse. The only thing, if she had a heart breach in the back of her hand with the grenades, she would literally be the perfect operator. Now, I feel like that would be just too OP. We won't even debate about that. But let's actually see what we're going on first. Commonly, let's say in ranked, even sometimes in competitive, you see them going upstairs, you see them going downstairs. But this time, it's even meeting is a viable source, since holding from attic is a bit more of an expandable source and every type of thing like that. But we're going to be going dining first, and I could kind of agree with that pick of site, because, it could be like a bit of a test to see if they can even do well on it, or maybe they have a full-out scrim plan, like they've been practicing this for their entire life. So, what's your opinion on dining first, and also, are you a
dining's the worst site on this map, means way better.
Fair enough.
It's definitely doable, but it's just meeting's easier to hold because you don't have to worry about them just pushing small tower and just, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Like you've got a little bit more leeway with meeting.
true. Very true.
And they haven't really extended into small tower from what I can see, so I
Yeah,
mean it's definitely doable. You just gotta win your gunfights, basically.
it does come. It does
Especially
come
in
down to
T4.
that.
It's gunfights, pure gunfights.
Pure gunfights. I mean, they picked the right operators for that. We have Owamaya, Jaeger, two very strong guns on the defender's side, and that can bring an advantage every now and then. Although attackers are just universally known as having better guns in general, but still putting up a fight doesn't hurt you. And it seems like small tower is a really easy way to get your breach done. You go from upstairs, you try and get rid of any C4s if there's any, all that type of stuff. So it seems like a very easy accessible point. You have all these angles from small tower stairs, from the bathroom hallway. Although it is quite a lot of pressure put onto you as an attacker, the defenders, once these walls are opened up, they're just screwed. They're in an absolute maze. They cannot go anywhere. If they move, they die. It's that type of thing. And even if they don't move, they'll still get naded at the end.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, if you're gonna go for a kitchen defense, you definitely need to extend into small tower with a shield and Jaeger and Wamai or some sort of utility. Because like, look, the attack basically have this map control for free now because they haven't contested it at all. Like Geraldton has already got main breach, he's opening the shower, and they're basically like in a position to basically execute within like a minute and a half, which is kind of, yeah. I mean, you see what Sonics did with the Jaeger on top floor. They basically just bunkered down up there, like, and made us, yeah, played very aggressive and held it. So I think that's what, in my opinion, teams need to do to defend kitchen. Otherwise, this happens.
Yeah. But while that was actually happening, we got a triple kill and a shotgun blast, but an instant refrag from Kitten, and that's a 4v1 situation. Will Dragod, the Jaeger main, be able to take him out? Also with a shield menacingly standing into him. It's going to be a 4v1 situation. He challenges the Fink up, but there will not be enough of the bullets. The P12 comes out, but Kitten will be there to finish it off. I believe that was a quad or a triple kill from the Finka player, and this just shows how much fragging potential they have. A triple kill indeed. Very strong. You're right. It came down to small tower. They couldn't extend. They got the main breach, and then all the angles were exposed. They couldn't do much. Verticality wasn't really much of an option, since all they could do, is kind of drop from kitchen hatch, die. It's not really much you can do. You could maybe go for a flank, but yet again, you're forgetting they have a Nomad, they have a Fink drop shotting you all the way into security, and with all that happening, you don't really have much of an option. You can only go off of gunfights, which the defender side against the attacking side, gun wise, yeah, no, it's gonna be a no-go.
Right. I don't think about thinking like the gun itself isn't even bad. Like it's just the fact that it has a 100-round box mag, so you can get like multi kills. You can just run in and kill at least 3 people. That's the problem with it. Because even when Ash had her 3 stuns and all of her utility, you aren't going to get 4 kills in a row with Ash.
Yeah.
Like I think the Finker's way better than Ash ever was. Now, another thing which is interesting, Gerald has spinned off any like real hard breach. He's gone Ying with a secondary hard breach gadget. It's something that teams will do to basically try and get a little bit more utility out of that pick. So like instead of bringing Hibana or Thermite or whatever hard breacher, you can be more versatile with a secondary hard breach character, and basically keep an operator pick so you can have all the utility. So you can have Ying and make plays instead of having Thermite and just being like, wait, what? Now,
yeah,
I think they've reinforced Dining Hatch, right? Maybe. That's kind of weird.
not quite, but I feel like, yeah, I see what you're trying to get there. I mean, we also see a lot of, maybe if the Hibana dies, they still have a buck with the hard breaches. There's always nice a backup, or maybe just, like you said, a bit more utility on the attacker side, so you can extend more, take things faster, do it more efficiently, execute it easier, all that type of stuff comes into play. So with that in mind, sometimes hard breach devices as secondaries can be good, but not as good as, let's say, for main breach walls, just mostly for hatches. Even for main breach walls, they can work. But yeah, let's say.
Oh, Cypher's good. Yeah. You go.
All right. Cypher is going to be getting the first kill. It's going to be onto Shady Yana out of the match. Quite a lot of utility still brought onto there. You know, a lot of intel. But I guess you have another flank watch on your team now. And Valkyrie's still roaming around, you know, meeting sites. So will she able to maybe get a double kill, maybe even a triple, or maybe even a flank clutch? We'll have to see.
Kim's getting crazy. He's in. Yeah, bro's just going in by himself with no refrag potential. The defense could just pick him off, but it just seems like they aren't really aggressing much. It's sort of like, yeah, they're just getting picked off basically with no refrag potential. What's a mistake? Yeah, what was saying about dining catch? My friend just DM'd me saying that they didn't they reinforced dining hatch on their kitchen defense. So yeah, he was just pointing that out to me because it basically means that they can't play top down into site.
Yeah, I mean, it does come quite into the late game, but it's going to be Booney with another kill. I hope I didn't butcher that name. And it's going to be James to getting taken out. It's a 3v3 situation. The clock is ticking down. You know, the attackers still have over a minute, but Aruni is actually flanking from outside of the site into site. Quite an interesting situation. The attackers and defenders seem to have roles swapped roles. Another kill from Tortilla onto Gerald. The MP5K and to complete these. You know, not the shotgun. Maybe the MP5K can be much more, but I feel like Bulldog's a bit more of a close quarter map, and you know, while the SMG11 can do it, an extra bullet or few can work out. Although it is a 2v1 situation, as right now Bunny is down, getting still on White Star. Will they be able to finish it off? 30 seconds on the clock. The plan is going down, and both of the players back up. That's another kill from Tortilla to Kitten, and will you get the last double kill on the bottom White? Actually, top White, my mistake.
I mean, I think the attack kind of misplayed that, if I'm being honest. Yeah, they just didn't like refrag at all. Basically, they just got picked off one by one. What was that, like a 4v2, 5v2? Like, yeah, they just let the guys on main side just get picked off. Which is a pretty common mistake for a lot of these T4 teams. I mean, yeah, it'll just come with time. I need to learn how to play off of each other a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, look, they had the plan down, they had the side, but of course, Aruni was there to stop it. You know, he had some flanks coming in. Wamai with insane shots on the double last kill. The Sledge had no chance, and neither did the Finka. You know, sometimes gun skill can just outbeat the guns themselves. It's quite ironic, isn't it? But that's going to be the first round going over to the defensive side. And, you know, it was quite a unique one. A lot of things were happening all at the same time. And, of course, with that in mind, we should be going in a rehost. You know, the players should be going down. And could we go on a bit of a break? Can I ask that from Dan? We should be going on a 5-minute break, and maybe even less than that, probably. Just stick with us.
can feel it somewhere inside, haunting like a drug I keep on wanting. There's a love that fits so perfect it's hard to believe. There's a reason I can feel my heart stop beating, and the air gets tough just breathing. I'm alone but I'm still feeling like someone's with me. It's strange, I know, but I feel like you're here with me, like chasing ghosts. I know you're out there. Time is unfair, 'cause I know you're out there somewhere, patient, waiting unaware, feeling like your grip might slip too soon. But I'm running, chasing speed and gunning. I'll be right there all of a sudden. I feel your heartbeat lead me straight to you. It's strange, I know, but I feel like you're here with me. It's like chasing ghosts. I know you're out there.
Hello, welcome back. We took a bit of a break. The rehost was happening while Siege is still just being its casual nutshell itself. We're going to be going on to round 3. And of course, it was a 1-1. It's a bit of a tie. Neverlast 1-1, and then K9. It was quite a balance. It seemed like one time they won dining, and upstairs they won. So it was I feel like it was a bit of testing. Where it could work the best, where they see themselves doing the best, competing the best, whatever you want to say at this point. And of course, at the end, K9 did the best on upstairs. So we're going to be going actually downstairs, and we already see the loadout. We see the smoke. We see the Jaeger. We see the mute Malusi. So we can probably expect a elbow, or it is an elbow hold, correct?
Yeah, should be. I mean, some teams like to reinforce it off and just gun up on a freezer or whatever. But I mean, something that's kind of standing out to me here is it depends how they play this lineup, but they aren't really playing for their own, really. Like they should probably play more aggressive operators, play Valk, play off of information, and just play aggressive because they've been stagnating on their defenses so far. And they've just been getting mowed down by Kitten's LMG or whatever. And I think I just got to change it up and counter the aggression from Neverlast here, and just
Yeah. I mean, hey, we'll see how it works out. Let's just hope, they can get some improvement in, some adaptability, which is what we always love to see. But let's actually see what strand we're bringing, and, still no reinforcement, still no data on how shoulder's going to be going, and the shotgun's going, so we see a bit of an elbow hold right here. I do wonder how it's going to go, because most of the attackers, at least from my personal experience, sometimes just ignore it. Since the Florist is banned, you don't have the amount of utility destruction, there's no Thatcher, anything like that to help you out, like majorly take out a pull out. So, you can just kind of at times you can a bit ignore it, while those still, the rotations there, you're not getting really rid of the player, just kind of leaving one of the essential parts out of the play. So yeah, we're gonna have to see how Neverlast actually reacts to this. Will they fully rush it? Will they just keep calm, ignore whatever? And it seems like they're fully going construction, but I'm still hoping it's a tower take. I'm still hoping they don't all just die in the basement in the wrath of the smoke shotgun and his smokes in hand. And, with that in mind, let's actually see how this goes. And, they're pushing into towers, so what do you think this is going to extend off to? What do you think they're going to do?
This is going to be a backstairs take. It's going to try and spearhead the way through tower. It should be kind of easy for the defenders to flank if they play this right. But I don't think they're really utilizing top floor that much. They can't really attack them from attic. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Okay, Jaeger's playing on T1 stairs. Shoots a drone, now he's falling back to site. If he can defend this pillar area, I mean, he's probably going to get naded. But if he can waste a nade or two and waste some time, then that's definitely worth. Now they've already got basically all the map control they need, and it's only been 30 seconds. So again, the defense aren't really matching their aggression. And it's kind of going to be a problem for them.
I mean, the time is... Yes.
Yeah, if I'm Dragod here, I'm legging it top floor and I'm impacting attic and I'm just playing aggressive. And I'm going to have someone with me to just play for the refrag and we can just kill them. Because, yeah, I mean... They've literally just given them all the map control they need with no aggression to it. So it appears that they're going to be rotating to backside now. And go blue with James with a Nomad flashbang, so they can definitely clear the elbow shield. And then it's going to force down backstairs, hold pillar, and then they could go for a plant on the side door eventually. Maybe it's going to hold the long angle onto highway. Now this is kind of decent smoke throwing from Booney here. It's he's matching him to their push basically, just trying to waste a little bit of time.
I mean, it seems like there's not going to be much aggression, but from Kid himself, taking out Cypher, that's going to be Jaeger off the board. It seems like tower is mostly secured, and so is the upstairs. Like you said, not much aggression. We see Dragon just holding on, everyone else in sight, trying to play his passively wasted time. Smoke out of canisters, it's all going down. Will he be able to reinforce it? It has already been done. The deed is finished, and they're going to be going for a bit of a plant. The site is pretty much secure, and of course, Malusi actually.
Yeah, this is the plant I told you about. Yep. Okay. I just hope Neverlast aren't on flank cams because this guy might have just been undetected. Yeah. Oh, he whiffs. Oh no, he gives him the spray down. Fast bomb. He's playing on the side door now. Neverlast are gunning for him. He has bomb. 15 seconds left. It's very winnable for K9 now. He just got to gun up and play for that C4. Shady will take damage to Freezer now. What am I holding the angle? He up to kill both of them here. Finds one. Can he find the second? He reloads. And Dragod gets the spray down. Very good execute there from Neverlast, but it's not good enough.
That's going to be round 2, going over to the side of K9 Esports. The attackers had it in the bag, they had full control, but no one upstairs watching their backs. And that's when Neverlast actually messed up. K9 took the right time, the perfect place, just to take that flank out and their aggression. And it worked out. They managed to get a pretty quick double kill off of it, and joined by that, also a good old, Trader-oo there in here, but also the freezer play and the refrags. It all came down raining like hellfire for Neverlast, and they were not able to handle it. And with that, K9 will be winning their second round. And let's hope, they did actually pretty well. They got aggressive in the end. They gave the Neverlast Esports, they gave them this feeling that they were playing too passive, and they pushed. And that's when K9 set up the trap. The mousetrap was set. Cheese was on the block, and it just all came down. It all came down. The gunfire was spread. Even Kitten, he got the first kill onto Cypher, but it was not enough.
No, that was kind of a throw around, if I'm being honest with you, because basically they had all the control they need. They were executing perfectly fine. It was a good attack. They had backstairs. They just let them loosely go undetected. They didn't have any flank cams, or at least they weren't watching them. And yeah, that's kind of like on the flank watches shoulders. I don't have a mistake there, but that was definitely a 1 round for Neverlast if they just hold flank cam and don't let that Lucy do that. Because
look, it didn't work out, but let's just see if they can learn from the mistakes. That's what adaptability is about, and that's what happens sometimes, or at least most of the time. gives you the win. So, with that in mind, let's actually see what Kitten's going to be. It's a bit of a drone. You still don't want to rush in uninformed on anything, actually. It's back to, it's back to small towers, back to dining. Nothing much, nothing less. Although upstairs is still being quite heavily controlled by the side of Bunny and, of course, Gab Z. Of course, the mutant ability player are not going to be going down to fight, but it seems like the hatch is reinforced to kitchen, so their only
Oh,
way to go
no.
down is armor stairs or white
Yeah,
stairs. So
yeah, what's a mistake? As said before, what means they can't play top down into sight and they can't rotate back to sight that easily. And again, they haven't learned from a mistake last time. They've just given them small tower for free, and now they've got main breach within like 20 seconds, 30 seconds even. Gerald just tried to find the kill from a top down. They have a little duel here. So just putting kind of aggro for smoke. He's got free smoke in pocket. If he dies, that's not going to be good for them. Okay, can't quite shoot a drone. Okay. Dragod gets picked off. Okay, I think he's by himself as well, so there's no refract potential there. And now Smokes is getting aggressive. He's throwing his smokes because he thinks he's a dead man. Oh, okay, so it just holds a pixel angle and smokes him. Yeah, this definitely isn't their side. They don't attack small power enough. They just give it to him. They just got to play very aggressive now and try and get the man count back. I mean, okay, Melissa steps out into sight, completely unaware to main breach. What is she doing? Okay, this is probably a done deal for this round. Gaps are just trying to peek outside with the SMG-11. Okay, one might be going in and shower. Finds one. Can he find the thermite though? Farmer Gerald. Okay, Farmer Gerald gets the pick. 3v1 now for Gaps. No matter what is she doing as well. Okay. 1v2 now. He's repositioning. Swings into sight and can't find Miana. Okay. Yeah, again, doesn't look like Kitchen's their site. They should probably try and play, meeting because they have a little more leeway there. Play up top, have hatches open, play vert into dining door. Meeting's definitely the superior site in my opinion. Now, the only time I think Kitchen's good is when you extend into small tower like that. Otherwise, that happens like we just saw.
well, didn't work out for them. That's to say the least. I mean, yet again, it was the aggression that got K9 out of the game. They were playing yet too passive. They couldn't deliver the aggression and the refrags, the potential they had before. And with that, it's going to be back to an even match, an even score, and continuing on to round 5. And of course, we're going back upstairs. This is where they worked actually pretty well. This is where they made some sort of a fight back with the Wamai onto top white, and the Sledge was trying to plant, but of course got denied in the last couple of seconds. Now, of course, adaptivity, I've mentioned it so much times, and I'm going to keep on saying it, is a clutch thing. It really is. And just don't forget that, of course, attackers can push from... Well, what do we have? We have white stairs, we have trophy, attic, master bedroom breach. We have all these main potential breaches that they can access. So, they have a lot of options, but it's only for them to get the right pick. Now, I was kind of twisting my fingers for Cypher to get a bit of a pre-play C4 into the main breach on Master, but I guess that's not going to be happening. Sag F in the chat. And also, with that, we're going to be starting off a bit of the action phase. Now, we're getting a bit of an aggression from Jaeger. Normally, small tower is quite a common take. You want to clear as much of the map, make sure there's no one sneaking around there. And with Jaeger, if he doesn't get thrown out, it's going to be quite an issue.
I don't know if you saw, but there's literally a cam on the TV behind him, so he's probably a dead man here. And besides, even if he does die, there's no refrag potential. He's all on his lonesome. His fingers just gonna try and shoot a drone and fall off, but okay, Yon is in hot pursuit. I think he's made it away, but he's gonna reposition into shower 90. He pivots around the pillar here, but they do have info on him. I believe Gerald's on his cam. Oh, okay, and he loses his gunfight. Yeah, okay. He should have just run off. He could have wasted more time that way and maybe even got more kills. But yeah, now they have all the control they need below, basically, and a Cypher flanks, but I mean, I'm looking great right now. They're just gonna nade below, go big window. Maybe rotate Ying. Oh, they're not even running Ying hard breach. What the hell is this? Okay, that's kind of mad. I thought we were running Ying hard breach this whole time, when in reality they're just using smokes. So we've just completely binned off any attic control for a big window push. When you do a big window push, it's kind of ideal. Well, it's a necessary precaution to take to have attic control, so you can just drop the little pit thing and kill the guys and kids. But they're just gonna spearhead into big window here and hopefully run up white. I mean, Gerald will lob both of his drones into sight. I don't see how that's necessary. But, it's Farmer Gerald. He's a mastermind IGL. As someone said.
Very interesting. You know, you have a lot of analysis in head, but let's actually see how these players play it out. I mean, it's almost down to the last minute. Nades are gonna be coming all the way from the bottom with the pick, actually almost actually taking damage off of herself. Quite a
Nice,
bit of
thank
an
you.
embarrassment, but you know, it's not too much as she can patch herself, get a bit of a pat on the back in an instant. Those nades not being, you know,
Yeah.
essential at all, just more verticality.
Kitten sending in the artillery, and he should have just needed for kids bomb because that's probably the most common sight for one of them to play.
Oh.
Oh, James runs up main stairs. Lovely. Okay.
James does not care. He's going to go into side if he likes it. That's the role of a Nook. You know, you sneak up behind no one. And actually, you sneak up behind everyone, not no one.
Just shoot him in the back of the head.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what he did.
Yeah, this is kind of rough for K9 here.
Most definitely. I mean, Shady got an opening kill. It's a 4v2 situation. Yet again, it's down to these clutch situations, which K9 is kind of hoping to go off of. You know, it doesn't start the best, but at the end, it somehow still works out. C4 may be able to save them, and a smoke, actually, my MP5K as well. The Yings do blind, but Kitten will be getting the final blow. Of course, joined by the Sludge L85, and there's going to be another round.
A little interesting to me how Ying had the bomb. With Ying, you kind of just want to have Ying with no strings to him. You just have him running, and because he doesn't get blinded by his own candelas, you can just mess him up. So that's kind of interesting to me why they decided to have Ying be the plant holder. Yeah, I mean, again, those were harder to execute there because they didn't have attic. They allowed Wamai to just stay in attic and just shoot him, a couple of players. So that was nowhere near as easy as it should have been for Neverlast here. But I mean, yeah, Neverlast are probably looking like a better team if I'm being honest. Kenan was we aren't playing aggressive enough, basically, as we said. And they aren't really adapting. Exact same lineup on basement, and they're probably going to have some solo roamer just to get picked off again. Or it's kind of 50-50. Like they'll either get lucky and get misdroned, but that's not going to happen against a good team. And then, yeah, on the other hand, you'll just die. You'll just get picked off, and then there'll be a 5v4 male level mark control.
Yeah, I mean, roaming is quite strong. You know, maybe even if T3 could be present and, you know, they don't drone it, something like that, something comes in the middle, a T3 flank in the late rounds would actually be pretty strong. I mean, Malusi kind of pulled it off, not really from T3 though. She kind of just, you know, went behind them on the hatch they opened, which is a bit ironic. You know, you're kind of supposed to secure that one position you're vulnerable from that one spot that you should not get hit from. And yet, it's a big mistake they made, and it didn't work out for them.
Unless you have a guy playing Shaiko or E-Box, that's kind of a bad ADS placement because they can just swing in with a peaks advantage and just shoot it. You got one, you're supposed to be put further back on the pillar. But we'll see how this goes for him. Might not do anything, but it's just kind of a little things from K9 that could cost him. Again, Cypher gets picked off. I called it. He tries the Rizzle run out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my friends know what I'm talking about. It's just a little run out Rizzle like to do in rank.
Well, didn't work out. That's to take for sure. I mean,
Cypher isn't Rizzle. If that was Rizzle, they would all be dead.
Just like that.
Now Rizzle's literally with John Wick and T4.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Oh well, that'd be an interesting sight to see, you know. But of course, since he's now Rizzle, Kitten's gonna be shutting them down, and Draga joining our Jaeger in, you know, 6 feet below by Shady himself. It's gonna be the ARX putting to the mastery of itself. The Yana, I feel like, you know, Yana did G36C is quite alright, but when it comes to stats, the ARX just, I feel like ground pounds it at this point. Now, with that in mind, let's actually see, you know, the clock is ticking, but they are not wasting as much time. Actually, Smoke almost getting his head taken off, but not quite. It's going to be Anna actually, you know, still playing a bit more passively. She doesn't want to die alone. You know, you don't want to give the man advantage to the opposite team. Hatches are getting open, and it's halfway down the run. Actually, a minute and 30, should I say, not even halfway. And while this is all happening, they're actually clearing it out quite fast. You know, the previous attacking rounds, they've been doing things a bit more slowly. The execute came down to the last, half a minute, I would say, on average. This time it's already close to a minute, and...
Smoke's getting crazy here. Oh, he whiffs. That's kind of unfortunate.
What a close shot.
Oh, so Teela's getting crazy on why again? How many times am I going to say this about this man? Look at him go. 1.5 in hand. He's playing off this little door frame here. He has all his utility covering him. You're just playing off of it, Banky's contact. This is
No
very
mercy.
winnable. If Mike can find one more, this is incredibly winnable. They have 3 smokes in his nitro cell. Okay,
Well-
Booney's gonna let his smokes fly. No, he doesn't wait. Okay, I think he fast fingered that then and picked it back up. Okay, we're finally gonna clear elbow. Booney's gonna start reinforcing. Oh, and a little bit of an exchange in gunfire there. Gerald will get taken out. Nitro cell. Oh. Nice shot from Sledge there to just disable the nitro. Booney lets his final smoke fly. He will detonate it. James will be pushing up highway now. If Mute swings, he'll kill him. And he does. Okay, this is good. One versus 2 situation here for Gaps. He'll have to just deny this plant. Does he know where they planted though? He takes a wall on Yana and he can't take it. Okay.
You sounded disappointed. Takes one on you. Oh no, he can't.
Yeah.
Well, the Mew definitely tried. Or was it the smoke? My brain is starting to slow down.
It was the dude with a little red dot sight. You know, a little red dot SMG11. That's the difference. The smokes are using the hollow like a normal person. I remember Mute's using red dot C.
I'm going to admit it fairly. I'm a casual red dot enjoyer on the SMG11. I'm not ashamed of it.
Wait, which one?
The SMG11, just mute, red dot.
No,
which
I'm
red
talking
dot?
like which type, because you have like the Russian one. The Russian one isn't bad because that's kind of like a hollow. You have a little circle in the middle for like pixel peeking. That's kind of nice, but
I would use the Russian one, but the thing is, the last time I played Siege, actually, I played the SMG11, the customized, polos and everything wasn't even out yet. So just the default red dot at the time.
that was a while
why.
back then.
It was a decent plan. I do not play Smoke anymore, and neither do I play Siege. Thank God.
Yeah,
But-
I know you feel. Rank is a nightmare. She
It
is, and useless teammates in solo queue. I mean, you still have fun with it. Rank doesn't matter. Rank doesn't matter. It's like the most superficial thing. Like, you might as well have fun at rank. Run around with Doc Shotgun, get a little crazy, have fun.
Yeah, the second you said solo queue bad teammates, you just gave me a lot of flashbacks, a lot of PTSD, and I do not want to go over it again. So yeah, that's gonna be end of that discussion. So let's see what we're seeing here. It's a bit of a round switch as we're going on to round 7. The attacker and defender positions were swapped, and it's a 4-2. So Neverlast on the attacking side, on a bit more of a defender-sided map, actually won 2 rounds of a difference on, and that's going to be Swissum with a spawn peek onto Bunny. That's going to be...
I think are gone as well. Wait, this is actually kind of crazy. I swear Booney was playing like smoke and stuff on defense. Yeah, he's a thinker player on attack. So he's playing like completely different roles on both sides, which is by no means a bad thing. Like Canadians was hard support in like Rome. So that's not a bad thing. It's just interesting because most of the time your players will kind of specialize in one role. Like I play thermite on attack and smoke on defense, like hard support through and through. But like players can, just because you play something on attack doesn't mean you can't do it on defense basically. Now I was gonna point out, Valk's using the Cybertruck, which is an interesting option. He obviously likes how it feels, obviously.
Very interesting. I mean, yeah, everyone has their preferred operators, I guess. Maybe Finko's just how he feels, but it didn't end up as good as he thought that round. He got a bit early spawn peaked by, of course, the one and only Swiss. The MP5K has been used quite a lot this match. We have seen it from Mute, we have seen it from Omai, and we have seen it almost every round. And I think actually every round it may have gotten a kill. So the MP5K is working out for everyone. So, might as well join the trend. And that's what Swiss said with a good old spawn peek. The Yana clone inside, just checking out for any type of enemies. Swiss takes it out. It's 1 minute and a half. It's back to the original times. A decent amount of the ground has been covered, but not fully. They still haven't got the essential parts. Only now are they doing attic. But they do have, main window. They have a bit of master bedroom. And of course, if the Ace or Gamzee right now dies, he's going to be in quite a lot of trouble. Turtle actually almost taken out the Shady.
Yeah, they've definitely split their attack. It's kind of a mistake because they've got like guys big tower, 1 main breach, couple in attic. We're just splitting their attacks. You need to put like 2 main breach, 2 attic, 1 to backstab stab a quiet maybe, or just 3 master, 2 attic, and just sort of funnel through that way. If you split your attacks like this, then you're very like. Oh, okay. When you're very likely to just get picked off. And also, another mistake that I've seen, and well, in my opinion, Ace is kind of redundant on Oregon when you have other options like a banner, where you get flashbangs. So that basically means you can burn over utility, and you can just use those nades effectively. Like ACU only really get a better gun, but in return you don't get burns and you are getting Patrick. So maybe arguably slightly bigger holes, but basically the same as the banner if you know how to do banner things. Okay, Dragon will jump in, find a couple maybe, and he gets bombed. Okay, bombed from below. Gaps in a 1v2 now. Ooh, he's trying to plant. What a Sigma male. He's planting. Can he get it down though? He just get it down with a nitro though. Oh, okay. That's unfortunate, but he gets a plant. He gets a plant to add to his stats. Yeah.
Not the worst. I mean, he had a plan, he had a dream, but successfully a huge explosion from below kind of denied it. So quite an unfortunate turn of events, and it's going to be a tactical timeout being called from the side of K9. Now that round was quite interesting. You know, you saw the Yana, she got one, she couldn't confirm the second, and a Nitro came in clutch. It was the 2 times that Nitros actually have been coming in clutch, and it seems like verticality with explosive, just like nades, C4s, you name it, really, have been coming out in the meta for a few months now. If not even like a year or plus more. But it has most definitely been showing up how strong nades can be. You know, in the old times, nades were like, oh well, Jaeger exists, yada yada yada. But now it's just if you have a nade, you're guaranteed a kill with it. That's kind of how the feeling is, and you know. The attacking side is most definitely right now doing quite good, and K9 is not looking at the best position, being on a 5-2 score. So there's a 3-round difference. So, do you think there's going to be some sort of change, some sort of, you know, this tactical timeout? Will they be able to come out stronger?
Well, it's maybe, but if they were going to do it, they would have done it like 4 rounds ago. They would have realized the aggression from Neverlast and countered it. I think it's a little late for them now. It's sort of like, wait, what was the round count before the timeout? What was it, like 6, 6, 6-2, 6-3? Was it like one of those over 5-2? Yeah, well, okay, I was about to say that's kind of bad, but they should have called it when we were like a few rounds down, because it's kind of too late to pull a ripcord now, in my opinion. You do it after 2 or 3 round losses. I'm about to say, if I was in a little, we call it like an SSG overtime timeouts, it's like, it's 6-2. We call the timeout now. We can go to overtime and maybe get like 2 points. So one of those little timeouts where it's kind of like, you got your mentals down already. You might as well pull the ripcord ages ago when you first see like those problems starting to go down, because like otherwise you end up in a downward spiral before you'll know it. You're like 4 rounds down. Basically.
Interesting.
5-2 isn't that bad, to be fair, but it just could have done it a bit before.
I mean, the Ace still had some potential, so, you know, they kind of want to kept it for just one round. You know, they wanted to be safe and sure that they won that call this time, because the tactical timeout, I believe you only have one. So this one chance, it's all or nothing. You know, you don't want to waste it too late, but not too early either. So just wanted to make sure, I'm assuming at least. And let's hope, you know, they actually got some out of it. And Azami in play as well with the confidence of a Deagle. Azami actually also being quite a strong, you know, lineup operator for especially teams with a late execute. So let's say you have 15 more seconds. That Azami is going to be pretty annoying. If she starts barricading everything off and you not being able to do much but just destroy the walls, you're kind of screwed. I'm just going to be completely honest.
Something interesting to me is Tortilla is insisting on playing Gridlock when Nomad exists. I don't know why he's doing that. Gridlock is obsolete compared to Nomad. Okay, and also will get taken off the board instantly. How's that happened? Now, to praise K9, but one thing they're kind of doing good is their drone economy isn't too shabby at all. They've got like 9 drones before Gaps got tapped in the face. But yeah, they had like 9 drones, yeah, which is kind of optimal.
I mean, I feel like, okay, Gridlock is worse than Nomad. We can all completely agree with that, but I feel like Gridlock is at least decent at one thing. You know, she can cover a bit more ground, because if you put a Nomad air jab on the door, they can still peek from the other side of the door. But if you've got a Gridlock, they kind of have to destroy it, or, you know, maybe if there's enough room to be away from the tracks, but that's mostly it. Just a bit more to cover the ground.
Nah,
but yet again,
you can just walk through it and just shoot them, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, when you walk through a Gridlock, it's not exactly the loudest sound. It's kind of loud, but it's definitely easy for you to go undetected whilst walking through a Gridlock trap. It's kind of inconsistent. And at least with a Nomad, you'll hear them shoot the... Okay, nice little refrag here then. You see, that's kind of like the aggression I was talking about. Kitten played that kind of well. right over on small tower side, kicked the guy off. That's like hard breach to a Hibana. No idea how they've let him do that, but yeah. So I mean, like, if K9 were doing this sort of roaming on their defense half, they would have been in a way better position now. Azami will be utilizing her little Syria gate. Well, not Syria gate, what's it called? Kima barriers or whatever. Just to get a little head glitch onto Freezer.
Yeah, I mean, it almost worked, but the timing just wasn't there. Jackal peeked away just in the nick of time for the Azami to, miss her bullets. And same with, Jackal to peek away. But Azami's going to get taken out. TDW9 is going to be put into action.
Yeah.
It's a 2v3 situation. A 2v2. He gets the refrag. That's going to swish. A double kill from the side of K9. Gridlock gets down.
God.
It's a Finka 2v1 situation. Will be coming out as the winner. It's 20 seconds down the line. She has to go for the plan or either kill both of the players in under 15 seconds. Will she be able to do it? She's wasting a lot of time. She has to push. She has to use the adrenaline surge. I do not know what she's waiting for. Both of these players are playing together, throwing nades. Is she going to go for the plan? 4 seconds on the clock. She's rushing into sight and gets taken out by the man, the myth, the legend. Shady.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Dragod, he made a play. He ran into Freezer and let rip with his little 50-round drum mag and just took Freezer control. The Gridlock just stands out in the open, exposing herself to the feet holes and just gets smoked by Wamai. Don't know what she was looking at. She was just looking over in Freezer direction for some reason. And again, just little things from K9 that are costing him big time. I mean, yeah, that's basically it. Okay, to be fair, they'll play Thermite here. They might realize they're going for a middle floor take. That means they can go above and open the main wall so you aren't exposed as much.
Roz, I'll be completely honest with you. I feel like, K9, I feel like they're a good team, but they just leave these gaps, these mistakes that are so easily exploited that kind of gives them the loss. Like right here, the Gridlock, they had control of Freezer. They have the Feehold, a sight to themselves. Even small box, no one was contesting it, so they could have taken pretty much the whole site and the surroundings, and it was even a man advantage. And at that situation, Gridlock just kind of now realizing her surroundings is that gap I'm talking about. You have a lot of options, but you're just easily exploited, and that's the huge problem that I'm seeing with K9. Otherwise, I feel like, you said drone economy, the teamwork seems fine. It's just easy.
The only good thing I've seen from him is the drone economy, if I'm being honest. I mean, I have no idea how they made it to Major running Gridlock and stuff. I mean, I want to see how their qualifier games went, but if I'm being brutally honest, there's a lot of things they can brush up on, and also, like, their gun skill isn't great either. Like, they're just sort of... They're high kill players. I mean, Dragod's probably their best player, because he's kind of made a few plays, but, I mean, most of their other kills are just kind of exit frags.
Well, it seems like, them being in a major, Neverlast is actually quite dominant. It's a 6-2 score, and right now for 4 rounds in a row, K9 has to win and is fighting for all or nothing. They lose one more match, actually one more round, to be honest, and they're out of this. Their BO2 is going to be a BO1, and it's kind of going to come and drop all of that into the last match.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not necessarily Neverlast being outstanding. If a team had their best together, they could definitely come out on top against Neverlast. Okay, James is allowed to do that. Lovely. Yeah. I mean, Neverlast is sort of just playing against the bottom of a barrel team and just sort of capitalizing on it, really. I mean, K9 could do so much things differently, and they could beat them, but they just decide to just not play aggressive at all. They basically, I hate to say it, but they aren't playing into the meta, basically. I have nothing against them, they just aren't playing into the meta, and they're getting punished for it. The meta right now is to play super aggressive and get those picks.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I feel like Dragod had a huge advantage, and even a peaker advantage. He had a lot more time to execute off of James, but James still got the better of him. And even with that, he actually got another C4 kill onto Bunny. So that's going to be Sledge and the Finka, both hanging off the team. It's a 5v3 situation, not looking too good for K9. They're quite stuck upstairs, being held from the mute, and Shady from top white. What will they do? They're going to have to do... But they actually Cypher gets a kill on Ashley.
Gerald lost that. You have SMG11, what the hell? Or shotgun even. Okay, this is winnable for K9 if they can find another one. Just play with top down and try and find the security guy if there is one. Could be anywhere though. Swift will reposition into meeting here. He might try and flank Attic or something dodgy. Yeah, just play top down on this meeting guy and hopefully kill him. But he is holding a little pixel, I see. Okay, that's kind of okay. Oh, okay, okay. This is very risky here. Kitten should be dead. Just make top down on him with a little gridlock shotgun and just kill him. Then it's a 3v3 on site. Okay, why aren't they making top down already? This is very confusing to me. They don't even have Sledge in my lineup. Well, we do have Sledge in my lineup, but he's dead somehow.
Yeah, 20 seconds on the clock, and K9 is in a 4v3 situation right now, and all they have to do is just maybe get a frag, maybe a plan down. James taking some HP.
Site's basically clear. They can literally plant on sofa and just hold a shower 90 angle.
Yes, they can, and they're going for it. Shotiel with a double kill into
planning,
Site, gets refragged by Shady. It's a 2v1 situation. Can Cypher make it out? The plan is going down, 9 seconds on the clock. Will Cypher be able to finish it off? Behind the ball, he actually gets it up, but gets finished by James.
Gap
That's going to be Neverlast.
Bro, if I was Gap's teammate, I would be vexed. If someone's putting good half whilst I'm in a 1v2 situation, like, you never count me out. Never count your teammates out, because it just ruins the mental. This makes you look like makes us like an idiot if they end up winning it.
And that is going to be our first match of the day. That's going to be Oregon going over to Neverlast Esports. A very well executed and played out game, especially, you know, Shady top fragging.
Let's see Shady. There's a little elite animation as well.
True, very satisfying to see. And no mercy given from them. 12-3, not bad at all. Absolutely magnificent to see. And we're going to be going on to the map that I have not casted, have no clue about, and it's kind of a myth. It's kind of a legend, you could say. Skyscraper is not a common thing, and we're going to be seeing it, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, I think it's going to be time for a good old 5-minute break. You know, ready for everyone to hydrate themselves. You, the audience, don't forget to hydrate yourselves as well. And we'll be back with you in a bit.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I wanna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10, whoa, whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10, whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Temptations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm trying to live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. 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 Oh.
We're back. We're back. I hope you're staying tuned, and I hope you're ready for some more heat to be brought. I mean, K9 was getting, I don't want to be mean to any of the players, but
They were getting
kind of
smoked.
destroyed,
Yeah.
smoked, dominated. A lot of ways to say it. And, switching maps to Skyscraper, maybe this is their pick. Maybe this is what they wanted. Maybe this is what they're preparing for their whole life. Since they were born, they just started playing Siege, Skyscraper. Who knows? But we're going to have to see what they bring out as. Of course, Neverlast is absolutely dominating them. It seems like they are a way higher team, a way better team, filled with just more successful players. Bless you. So I feel like if all the players are ready, we should be getting going. And also, Rods, what do you think they're going to be switching it up? Doing any better? Just opinion.
Their fundamentals should stay the same, but I do have a question. Do you know which way the map veto went? Because if K9 picked this map, then they could maybe be thinking, let's pick a wildcard map and let's get a little crazy on him.
I actually do not know. Could we get Dan? Could we get the info who picked?
Because Kate, yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah, Skyscraper was
So
a K9
K9's
pick.
timbers obviously aren't shivered. They've selected Skyscraper and they think they're good enough on it to beat Neverlast. Maybe like a little wild card pick. Yeah, that's basically it. Wild card pick. I mean, yeah, try and get the advantage on him. Take him to some territory that Neverlast might not know.
Maybe they'll catch him lacking, and with that, maybe K9 will get themselves a victory. Maybe scoring a bit more of higher points. We'll have to see. We will have to see. As can we get confirmation when the lobby, not the Lodi?
Yeah, but
Alright.
Skyscraper is nothing Farmer Gerald can't handle. The guy's a genius.
You know him personally?
Well, I've played a little bit of Faceit with him, but from what I've heard from ex-teammates, he's like the best IGL in T4 apparently.
Holy! So quite a high standing he has.
Well, not the best, like one of, but
One of. Okay. I mean, hey, it's most certainly showing, at least in this match, and let's hope we'll be seeing a bit more of that, in the continuation of the EOL playoffs, the series, just in general. I mean, he's been doing quite well for himself, at least if it's either just me being the only person in this world who doesn't know him, or it's just some people know him. But with that other match, okay, I'm not a genius on Skyscraper. Could you tell me what are the meta bans on that map, maybe?
Oh, meta bans. So usually your normal bans, so like Thatcher, Cade, Valk. Then maybe on attack, you can maybe ban something else, like a Jackal probably, because like you kind of try and extend on the other side of a map from where you're defending. Or maybe Flores if you want to like put shields on Dragon Stairs or something like that. Maybe on Flores, make it a little easier on yourself. Or maybe even Maverick. So then if you go exhibition, you just don't get Maverick tricked.
Right. I
But
mean,
yeah, I think the thing about Sky is it's just kind of a uncharted territory for most T4 teams. And then if you know how to play it, then you're actually sitting pretty because you can take teams to it in like these scenarios where you can pick maps. If they leave it open, you can pick it, and then you're an advantage. And they're like, oh no, Skyscraper, what do I do? They probably don't even have call outs for it. Like I know T4 teams that don't even have call outs to Skyscraper.
fair enough. So it's kind of like that uncanny type of just that dark place of T4. That's what Skyscraper could be mentioned as. It's just that thing you don't touch, you know. You leave it there,
Mhm.
you leave it to rot, but you don't go close to it. Because if you do, you'll probably just end up probably hurt yourself. But yeah.
Yeah,
We're
you
gonna
either embrace it or just throw it to the corner and just don't touch it.
pretty much. We're still having some Uplay issues, so just stick with us. Um and not to waste any of your time, I think a break would just be just like a minute or two break. And yeah, once everyone is back, we should be back, and yeah, well, me and Rod will be seeing you there.
All right, cool. All right,
Hello.
game time. Yeah, we're
Oh.
back.
We are. And, while still feeling like we're going to melt any second now, we're ready for even more heat. Yay, summer. What a fun and nice, enjoyable time. Now, with that, it's going to be. We're gonna be going to a cold, chill, dark place for T4 players at least, and it's called Skyscraper. Quite a nightmare. So, how about I'm not a genius on this. Like I said, I don't cast much of Skyscraper. So, Rods, how about you give us a bit of an introduction to this map?
All right, bet. Well, we're heading over to Japan. It's a big map. It's a big skyscraper, and basically, it's kind of reliant on power position. So you got to hold Drum and Dragon. You kind of got to see if you're defending a site, you got to roam on the other side of that site to try and waste as much time as possible and fall back. Kind of plays out like it's actually kind of simple once you know how. I really like Skyscraper. I'd recommend just you can nade below as well. So basically, clear below. I mean, you for a T attack and clear below, nade below, run up black, put a guy on black balcony and just spearhead through, or you go from office side and clear through that way with like your rum clear stuff. Oh, you also got Geisha as well if you want to go there. There's just loads of options, but I think you just got to make sure you don't split your attacks. And that kind of applies to any map. Like Skyscraper isn't that different to other maps, basically. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, that's going to be that. I mean, power holds, yeah. So they're, with other maps, you don't have as much powerful holds, but this one, you're saying it's like the main thing you want.
Well, I think power positions are very important in a lot of maps, in particularly like Chalet and Cafe right now. I hate I hate how Cafe plays out. It's kind of stagnant to watch because it's just power positions upon power positions. It's very claustrophobic to play on Cafe. Doesn't really fit into the current meta right now, in my opinion. But I'd probably compare Skyscraper to Chalet, kind of, where you still kind of got a little bit of room to maneuver and roam. It's not claustrophobic, but you still got to play power positions to waste time and be effective on it.
Mm. I mean, we'll have to see how these players manage it out. It's T4, and that mind, anything can come into play. We could see a Cav any second come out, or even an Echo clash, whatever. And it's really up to how these teams decide it. And of course, first side we're going to be going on to second floor, and it's going to be close. I forgot what the site name was. Like I said, not really familiar with this map, but it's going to be pretty much.
Let's go a top down. I didn't get a good look at it. Let's shoot. Yeah, this is tea and karaoke. Tea and karaoke, yeah. It kind of looked like barbecue originally, look, because I have a stick below it, but yeah, this is tea and karaoke. So we're going to be playing Pulse. We're going to be playing below for the Nitro cell here, apparently. Kind of potent. I mean, it's Balk's banned, so haven't got another option. And Thatch is up, and why isn't Booney using John 6? He's actually trolling. That's a mistake there, because like if they come into contact with a shield, you just whip out the Gun 6 and take it out. And also they aren't playing Thinker as well. They're playing this lineup's kind of messed up. I'm sorry to say, but K9 are already not off to a great start, unfortunately. But at least their drone count's pretty good. 9 drones to work with.
Most indeed. I mean, the drone count, it seemed like that's the one thing they have going for them, at least for now. And if, they can keep up with the other consistencies, they should be able to actually, maybe even get a round or two more than they did previously. Now, keeping that in mind, they're going to be, it seems like it's going to be a bit of a split push. Zero's going to be taking his time, going somewhere else, while the rest of the team is going to be going a bit more towards the office side. With that in mind, don't forget that they did not actually ban Thatcher or Thermite, so main breach is still quite available. Taking Dragon shouldn't be the hardest, but
yeah, they don't even play Thatcher though. They have Gridlock though, at least. You can do wonders with Gridlock. Look at him go. He's even using LMG. He's just hard like that. It's like this is literally like a bronze lineup, not even joking. I'm sorry to say it, but they should be playing Thinker, Yana, Thermite, Thatcher, and then maybe like a fifth pick, maybe like a flex pick. Extra set of nades, maybe flank watch, flavor Nomad. You got options, but Gridlock and Zero definitely isn't it. And if you're gonna play Zero, at least use Gone 6. Like, come on, this is just rookie stuff. Shady. Yeah, you go.
Zero is probably one of the operators that can do everything on his own. He has a hard breach device, he has a Gun 6, which is soft breach, he has intel, or /flank watch, and a decent gun.
Yeah, I think Zero's pretty underrated. You'll just walk straight into the bear trap. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, anyway, as we were saying on Zero, He's good on maps like Chalet and Consulate. Well, back when Consulate was in the map pool, he was strong because when there's a Nomad clan, you kind of use him to set up your cams. You can just run into Dragon and just gun down Gridlock. Those track stingers will do absolutely nothing. So they've got to adapt. Yeah, Zero's very underrated. You get Gon 6, you get the 4 cameras, which can kind of act like Twitch drones as well. He's good on Bank, Chalet, when Consulate was in the map pool. Although that's pretty much about it, but like kind of like those big maps where you can get a lot of good cam spots in it. And he also has a great gun as well if you use the rifle he has. It's kind of like the AK-12, just with a few less bullets. So basically like Habanis. It's kind of like in between Habanis' gun and Ace's gun. I think he's got a great gun on attack, basically. Definitely like top 5 potentially. Oh, okay.
Wow. So while, you know, we were conversing about Zero, they won with a flawless round. K9 not even getting a kill.
Well, this is K9's map pick, and they are off to a great start. Obviously, as I said, Farmer Gerald's obviously got some stuff cooked up for us today. Look at him on his little warden operator. He's a genius, I'm telling you. He obviously knows they're going to play Gridlock, so they're going to try and use the smokes to like utilize them for a plant or something. But Gerald isn't going to have any of it. He's just going to pop his glasses on and just wallbang the smoke.
Probably. I'd be surprised if, you know, they decided, you know, they have Warden, let's switch over to Nomad for once. Would be not only, you know, kind of just better in general for flank watch, but of course, Gridlock can be a bit more extended with the smokes. But when the smokes are countered, you you know, just have to switch. Even flashes are countered by Joe, but they can still be used, you know, to counter ADSs, my gadgets, all that type of stuff. So flashes have a bit more versatility because there's more of them than the actual smokes.
Well, they'll elect to play Exhibition here, and they aren't even playing Cade when he's on the table. So it's kind of a mistake, in my opinion, because Cade's busted on this site. Like, if you have a talented Cade rookie, they aren't going to get main wall.
Wait, there's no breach denial at all? I just realized that.
Exactly, man.
I mean, okay, if they get a mute, that's fine. If they get abandoned, I feel like Cade is just better in that situation, but no.
What the hell is this from Gerald?
Denial. Yeah, it seems like Gerald's going to be going...
They've opened up main breach. You need a Cade and you can just put a warded shotgun on it.
True.
Just made the pronos. Okay, we're going to see how effective this is for them. They have a shield and everything. I mean, usually you would do that the other way around. You'd reinforce off main breach and leave. Do you see that balcony wall onto the little minibar on the left? Do you see where the guy is crouched on cams at the bottom of your screen? Usually you would leave that wall behind him open and just play there with the shield and just blast him with a smoke shotgun. But instead he's kind of done it reversed. Which is kind of weird to me because all we have to do is just go behind him and then he's going to probably die because they just double swing him.
Well, we're going to see if, you know, K9's still not going for a breach. I feel like they're threatened by this, you know, absolute warden of a strategy, the shield on lock, the C4 in hands, and the SMG-12 actually quite a strong gun. Almost a wallbang from Kitten, millimeters away from the head being taken off the player, but it was not close enough, and it could have been very essential. K9 could have actually secured a kill right there, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be happening. As Cypher gets the first one after James.
Yeah, now that's... Yeah, obviously James hasn't played much Skyscraper because he doesn't know where all the windows are at, apparently, which is unfortunate. Yeah, it's good. When you're in your rounds like that, you just got to be careful of those windows. That's kind of just a mistake, really. I think he knows it. James is a competent player from what I've seen, and he's pretty good. So I'm pretty sure that's what went wrong there. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Like you just got to look out for those windows. Yeah. So that roam was going fine as well. They were kind of like, oh, 1 second. Shady's like positioned himself in a way he might not have been detected. Yana just gets nuked. Okay. Yeah, Shady is still undetected. He's going to be playing this little phantom roam here in Dragon. Does Gridlock know he's there? I don't think he does. Shady has to hit head here, though, because Gridlock is a beefy operator. Free on after all. Swift will get taken out by a Tortilla. This isn't great now. Gerald and Shady kind of have to get aggressive and get this man count back. Gerald should have his cross, but this leaves the other side kind of free for K9. They can just funnel through the other side and like push the minibar and just take side. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Gerald just gets taken out, exposes himself to that double door. The Shady's gonna rat here, finds one. Okay, he's repositioning here onto a little balcony bit. They know where he is. K9 are not gunning for him, but let's see what Shady can pull out. They have side control. He's got a retake here. He's got a retake against all these Finca LMGs and rifles. Shady just trying to pre-fire. He doesn't know where they are. He just gotta Hail Mary himself into sight and try and death them up. He sneaks his way in. Yeah, exactly. Can't really do much there. It's a valiant effort from him. He gets a little exit frag onto Gridlock, pads his stats a little, and yeah, just calls it a day. Good effort though. I think that wasn't a bad roam to start off with. Kind of like aggress onto the black side right off the bat and just try and waste some time, shoot a few drones if you see them, and then like fall back. But what went wrong there was they just got picked off. They just kind of lost their like. I don't even know if it was gunfights. Like I'm pretty sure James accidentally, as I said, exposed himself to a window just to die, which is really unfortunate for him.
Well, it's at least a bit better of a start for K9 than previously. I mean, they were even 2-2 with, of course, Neverlast Esports earlier, but that's when, things actually got a bit more wild. And Neverlast just won around, around 5 rounds in a row. So, we're not going to be speaking about what that happened. Let's hope K9 can, put up a bit more of a fight and a longer one at that. Now, yeah, still going back to, office and exhibition. Same setup, it seems like, but let's hope James, maybe this time just doesn't walk into the enemy. Let's hope that the alibi, aka gets the wall bang on the spot. That was extremely close. I feel like, just a bit of a cursor move and that would have been a kill through the wall by mistake. I feel like at least there was some intel behind it. Don't get me wrong, not completely by mistake, but there wasn't exact positioning where he is. So still would have been a pretty cool kill though. And I'm not going to disagree with that. And Dragon actually, it seemed like Dragon was instantly going off into the side of karaoke or going off a bit of a split push. You want to take ground as much as possible so you don't have such a late execute where, operators like Smoke, Tachanka, Zami can stop you and waste their time as much as possible. So, doing a split push with 2 players like these can actually be very good as, we see Dragon just casually transforming and going through the multiverse as you saw. He just shifted through the walls. That's Siege in a nutshell. So, yeah. It's a split push, but it seems like it's a bit more, yet again, focused on the side of karaoke and T.
Yep, because Healer's still deciding to play Gridlock, even though there's like literally any other operator would probably be better. I mean, he obviously just loves his little holographic F90 gun. I think Let's see what we can do with it. I mean, I don't know why he's doing this. It's actually ridiculous for a supposedly major team, and he just gets smoked. Okay, 5v4 now. With like 1 minute 40 seconds left. They haven't even got drum yet. They just got with no refrag basically. If Giannis won't get it at the same time, they could have like just shot him. But they're kind of playing passive.
Very passive. I mean, the aggression is not there like it was before. A random shotgun, actually very close to hitting the red dot, giving it away. He actually almost takes out Bunny, but not quite. The adrenaline surge coming into play. A wallbang at that. The void ability comes into play, but there's someone watching him quite steadily, ready for him to just move out of his position to take him out, and like an assassination, you could say. Call it the 1990s. I'm not gonna mention what happened there, but of course smokes are coming out. The warden comes into play, and Laser getting dropped. But this is Warden's chance. The smokes are out. Warden gets his ability. Smokes are out. No one sees but him. He tries to shotgun through. And actually,
what the hell are you doing, Thermite?
Gapsy out of the Gapsy
Bro,
out of the game. Another kill from
entry.
Swiss. Dragon getting a bit of a refrag onto Gerald. It's a 4v3, actually a 4v2 situation. William Dragon are the last standing players. Getting looking a bit low on HP. Well, with the 30 seconds, it looks like K9 is going to be being in a very uncomfortable position. It's clocking down to the last 20 seconds. They're pushing Dragon. One gets taken out. It's a 4v1 situation. Dragon with the Yana. Trying to get a kill. He actually takes out James. The diffuser is on the floor. He can't go for the plant.
Just bait for stats now. That's basically it.
Yep.
Well, that was a blunder. I mean, did you see what Thermite did? He's hard support. You're literally the most valuable operator on the lineup. You can't be doing that. You still have Yana, you still have Thinker to do that for you. You don't just run in brain dead into a shotgun like that when you're Thermite. You just gotta be more aware,
Yeah, that's what concerns me the most. It's not about him being a hard support, but he was going up against a shotgun on 0.5 meters.
Yeah. And
So,
if Warden lines up like about center mass, like it's a little bit of body chunk, and you're dead. Like right, it's a shotgun. He has a tactical advantage against you.
not much of a choice he had there, Thermite, and he could have sent out a drone, something with intel, the Yana, to nade the Warden out of his position, or get him to be removed. But he decided to do things on his own, and of course, that did not end out in Gabsy's way. And of course, that could have been actually one of the ways, or one of the reasons they could have lost the round. I mean, Thermite is still quite an essential pick. A huge operator carrying the diffuser, carrying the hard breach, all of that in mind. And with that out of the game, it's kind of tough to keep on playing, to say the least. Now, Neverlast back to 2-1. If K9 wins in this round, we're going to be looking at the exact same similar score we saw earlier. 2-2, 1-1, whatever it was. It was just even, and then that's when things changed for the Battle of Neverlast. So, actually, OG, I assume you know how good lineups are, I guess, on this map. So, could you comment on Neverlast, Goyo, Frost, Mute, Jaeger, and
Well,
Pulse?
it isn't bad at all. I mean, they could probably play Smoke here, but apart from that, it's actually a pretty solid lineup. I agree with it for what they're trying to do. You don't always need Smoke, obviously, because they still get Shady with the Frost with the shotgun and good. It's actually a great SMG. It hits like a truck. But the big thing about Frost is you trap a window and you have a guy next to that window. You can either it's a lose-lose situation for attack because they jump in the window, they either die to the frost trap or die to the guy holding the frost trap. There's literally no way to win there, unless you're Booney and just walk straight into it when it's on like the middle of a room in Dragon.
Well,
I mean, like the lineup's pretty good. I think Goyo's underrated now, underutilized. He's great on some sides. You get like 40 seconds, like if you put him on either side of a double door, it's great, especially on theme park. Like lab on theme park, you put it on the double door on bathroom and site jump in. You can just like gun up inside, shoot those Goyos, and you're chilling. Okay, that's a pulse gone, and then nitro cell off a ball. That's kind of bad. Like it seems like they've revolved their strat around the pulse because they kind of play below and try to play like down up onto the site and deny it that way.
yeah, I mean, Pulse is quite essential. Even in the late game, the plan's going down. With a Pulse, it's going to be quite difficult, even with a C4, or just from below. If there's, some type of radicality, wood, destructible material, he can always be an annoyance.
I wouldn't say pulse is even not necessary though, in my opinion, because it is skyscraper. There's a lot of good bulletproof camera spots you can put in sight. Like when you're below, it's kind of bad when you like rely on your pulse like that when he's a roamer, like because their kind of strats kind of crumble now. You just put BP in sight, forget about it. Okay, that was just I think they had. I don't think they shot default cam or something. They had info there. Swiss is gonna get crazy here. Finds two, one with an explosion and one with a spray down onto the head with a vector. I mean, yeah, Swiss is just getting away with this stuff with no refrag at all. Yeah, what I was saying is if you don't want to like rely your strat around pulse like that, you can just put a bulletproof camera in sight and roam below with an extra C4. I mean, I don't know if I like a pulse, but apart from that, it's very good lineup, very good. And Neverlast know what they're doing, obviously.
Yeah, it's working out. I mean, Pulse is out of the match, but they still have C4s, and they still have a lot of explosive power ready to be unleashed. Of course, it's a 2v4. I mean, it's 35 seconds. They're going to try and take out everyone from downstairs. It's just not looking good.
Yeah, again, as we've seen before in all these failed K9 attacks, they just left with a man disadvantage, and now they're just going to farm the exit frags and try and pad their stats. Dragod will run in. He's going to get nuked from below, I'm calling it. Unless Dragod picks a off plant spot. They literally have sight. What the hell? Hold black stairs. Okay, gridlock. Hold black stairs. What the hell? Oh, they got vert on him. Okay, Gerald. Okay, what the hell's going on? Okay, Gerald kills one. Okay. Well, what a mess. What a clown fiesta that was. Yeah, Gerald gets off. He isn't a real man. He can't stick it. He gets off. He's like, I want to save my KD. Yeah, it's all exit frags.
A bit of a show, to say the least. I mean, that Gridlock did not know where she was or who she was, for the matter. And at the end, Gerald was confused himself. He was like, did I kill the Gridlock? Was that a Gridlock? Was that my teammate? What is happening? And they're requesting a bit of a tactical timeout, and still not getting it. So, damn.
Okay, I love how they're calling a tactical timeout now instead of doing it when they're like 4 rounds down, like Oregon. But I think it's definitely the optimal time to pull the ripcord and just talk about what's going wrong. But obviously what we can see what's going wrong is they're just getting picked off to stupid stuff. Really, the only round they won was when they managed to get a couple of jammy picks through windows. They're just sort of I don't know. They're just not getting refragged at all. It's just they're just failing fundamental siege. Basically, I hate to say it. They got potential too, but they've just got to improve a little bit on everything and then not to refrag, and then they can maybe compete against Neverlast. Just because Neverlast are decent. Like they're always going to beat a team like K9. Like all we have to do is just play fundamental siege and they'll win. Basically, I mean, it's not even like K9 have impeccable gun skill. Like they're kind of like all of their kills have basically been exit frags.
Well, you have to get kills one way or another. So let's just let's leave that job to the coaches. Let's just our job right now is just to see what's actually happening in the match. So let's continue doing that, shall we?
Yeah, well they've decided to go barbecue here, which I kind of like. Barbecue is a great site. So basically, I think they're gonna try and play up top, maybe with the mute jammers and roam. Like you just put a guy in Geisha, it's kind of hard to clear him if you play it right. And they'll just waste a load of time. Oh, and to be fair, I mean, K9 are kind of clearing this right. They've just got to get in the map and kind of just take that top floor, and then they can push site hard and take stock and stuff. But he kind of looks like Neverlast are putting their roamers solo a little bit. So then if K9 abuse this, they won't be able to like get refragged onto it. That means they'll just get an easy man advantage. Unless Kitten just goes crazy. Okay, Kitten gets tagged, falls back, he's hit. He's on half health now. There's no Thunderbird or Doc on the table, so he's kind of got to tank this. Gerald is up top with smoke. This is never seen before, really, like a roaming smoke. What the heck? James will tap away with the SMG-11. Can't quite find anything. Cypher will get taken out. Think he will push up. He will find James. Okay, 4v4 situation now. Dragod has used all of his ammo pre-firing. He's going to do a little lengthy reload here. Booney will be pushing up with a sledge. They have the breach, so, I mean, they've just got to chill a little bit. There's still a minute and 40 seconds left. Just got to reposition and find these roamers. They're coming up house stairs. Booney finds one. Good pick here. Does he know there's a second? No, he doesn't. I don't think so. I hope you have a flank cam on it. None of them are on cams, so this is kind of worrying for me. They can easily get flanked. Oh, they have the good old gridlock again. Let's see what this can do. Oh, there's a guy below. Does he know it? Gives him a spray down. He can find him. Oh, he gets refrag, bro. 3v2. 3v1 now. Okay, great refrag. It's very promising from K9 here. A lot better than last round. Shady's in stock here. He'll just be right below. He's just got to try and prioritize his 1v1 gunfights and hope they give him to him. If he can just find one, it'll be a 1v2, which is very winnable. He elects to flank up the stairs. The wave stairs. He's on the sliver of HP. One bullet and he's toast. Sledge is making third. There's no cams. He finds one. Can he find the second and third, though? He repositions into Geisha. I don't think... Yeah, he's undetected. They don't know he's here. He hears the guy rappelling in. He peeks the window. Oh, and he repels on the floor below. So he can just hold the hatch. Yeah, he can hold the hatch and hold the side jump in and side door. 40 seconds left here. If he goes undetected, this could be very potent for Neverlast.
I am so zoned into this match. Actually, Shady still, like mentioned, he's undetected. He has actually a huge chance of making a victory out of this, playing vertical.
Oh,
he actually,
he's position away.
He's giving it away, but I thought that was going to blow him up. Now,
Yeah.
can he actually get the plant, or he doesn't
Oh,
see it and it's
no.
going down? One more
No.
second, and
Really?
that's going to be Gabsy planting. It's Shady right now.
Dragod's in Narnia, though. He's just holding him his hallway. Oh, no. Thermite wasn't holding the stairs. Okay, well, I don't know. Kind of questionable positioning from Drag. I mean, actually, not. To be fair, this positioning is even bad. He is holding the stairs and the slight run for it. Yeah, that's actually fine positioning. My bad.
Right,
Back.
so...
Yeah, from Shady's POV, it looked like he was just in the middle of nowhere on the other side of the map holding nothing, but in reality, he was holding a very good angle to be fair to Dragod.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping for Shady to, pull off something, not completely, win against K9. I still wish K9 to do something on their end because, we also want to see a bit of an exciting match, but, it's been actually quite nice to see a good old clutch with that round. It was a 10-20 HP with the MP5 in hand. So,
It was the very valiant effort. He just went up top, found a one-on-one gunfight onto Sledge, used the fact that they don't have any flank cams because they're kind of a rookie team. And yeah, it was very winnable. just in most situations kind of unwinnable, to be fair, because like you don't really know where he's planning. You know he's planning because you get the audio, but you just can't exactly position it where. I mean, he played it perfectly, really, like in that situation. Like you can't do much more than that. Now, this map's kind of attacker-sided from what I've seen, and I think if K9 can just, I mean, K9 are kind of struggling because they can only get a 3-3 split on an attacker-sided map, which is fine, but I mean. Neverlast are doing great here because they're looking far more dominant on an attacker-sided map when we're on the defense half. Like, okay, there's their exhibition here. They're doing that same little Warden prone hole pocket strat. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I haven't like. It's kind of weird to me. I don't know. I don't see what they get from that. I'll have to look into it. But I mean, they'll decide to clear through Gage's side. They are not getting off the gridlock. They refuse to get off the gridlock. I don't understand why. This guy's a little one-trick gridlock main, which is like the wackiest thing I've seen in like T4 in a while. Drago to show us his little flashy jiggle peaks here. He's, you know, very flashy. He's cracked, isn't he? Alright, he's moving up. He's taking Geisha. I don't know if he's been droned though. This could be a mistake. He's trying to engage the Jaeger. They'll have a little duel here, and he gets smoked by Shady. I mean, Shady has just been so huge for Neverlast so far. I mean. Yeah, Shady's probably like the best player in this entire lobby, gun skill wise. He's insane, but I mean, Gerald will be playing the same little shotgun strat. He's just gonna abuse like K9 a literal robots and just run into him with thermite. Kitten will get hit from the window again. They try to smoke him out, but they don't know he's Warden. Grenades will be flying at him. He dodges with a grenade, and now it's a 3v4. James picks up one. Gerald will be getting aggressive with the boomstick here. Okay, he's chilling now. He's chilling. But does he know there's going to be another grenade planning? Well, they can't have another grenade at all. They have to use both of them. So he's just chilling here on the stairs with his shotgun. Trusty shotgun. He's just got to stop exposing himself to that angle. That's going to be important for his success.
Yeah, it's 1 minute and 10 on the clock, and it's all coming down, you know. So 4v3, like mentioned earlier, not looking on his base HP, but the operators on the attacking and defending side are still both good. You know, you have the Zofia, Sludge, and Thermite, which can all be used pretty well. And then you can go for defense, you know. Jaeger's already used all of his utility, so he isn't too much of a waste. As you know, the man advantage is going over to the side of Neverlast. As it's a 4v2, the shotgun comes out. Bunny actually quite low on his side, and will Gamzee be able to, you know, get a refrag, but it seems not. He's underthrown, you know, so if there's going to be some sort of refrag potential there, he's going to miss it. He's going to miss it. This is what we need from K9. We don't see much refrag potential, and this is what we would love to see, you know. Now we'll... Not really what we're going off of here, and they're just going for these, like you stated previously, these exit kills. Now, Bunny just actually rushing into the wooden. He could have maybe caught him off guard, starts pre-firing against the shotgun. Boom! Gerald actually missing both the shot, and that's going to be kill for the Sledge.
I was rooting for Gerald, but I wanted him to send him back, you know? I love a good old M590 shotgun. Oh, James. Okay. Then my red dot, what the hell is that? He uses red dot on attack. Just use a follow, man. I know it's all preference, but there's a line. There's a line where like some stuff is just bad. 4.
The last round before the swap, going over to Neverlast, and this was an attacker, or actually is still an attacker-sided map. So with that in hand, Neverlast is looking for themselves in a very good spot, an extremely good position. You know, they have 2 points of round difference, and they're the ones on the higher ups. They're the ones looking in a better spot on the higher podium. And, you know, 3 more rounds, and they're good to go. They've won both matches of today, and even that pretty dominantly.
Yeah, you're right. I think Neverlast has definitely been the best team so far. I mean, they're just kind of abusing how kind of careless K9 can be, as we've seen. We've been repeating this a lot, but, I mean, it's just kind of sad to watch for K9 because they've got, like, potential. They've just got to improve a bit on everything.
Potential's there, but not fully used. They're not taking everything they can, and you know, not everyone's a professional at first, like with pretty much everything, and you know, we can't really blame them, but they still need improvement, because if we're going to be able to get an interview with them, I do want to know how long they've been a team for.
Oh yeah? Well, judging it can't be more than like 3 weeks.
Yeah, because if it's multiple months, I'm going to be really surprised. And they
Yeah,
better
well,
not say they will, because then I'm
Bro,
gonna lose me.
if you're still like this after a few months, just disband, man. I mean, like, I hate to say it, but some teams just can't improve. Like it seems like they just don't have the awareness to improve too. I mean, like it's just yeah, some teams just aren't great. I mean, it's got to change it up and improve a little.
Maybe the team chemistry isn't there, maybe they'd be better off with separating each other, but let's not say that for now. Let's just cross our fingers and see what these players can bring, and let's hope we get the amount of entertainment, actually the biggest or the most amount of entertainment as we can out of this. Is because we need stuff to talk about. We need to talk about kills and stuff. So that's otherwise us casters we really should be start talking about really depressing and personal siege stuff. So yeah. With those points, it's going to be Swift actually going a bit more over to the side of Shrimp. Actually, Office and Exhibition is going to be making his entrance into the main wall of that side, but sadly, where exactly it would be. It's quite a quick push. You have them in and down, and they're already taking a lot of cover. They do have a lot of Claymores, 6 in their count, but not an official flank watch. Someone to watch your flanks, maybe Gerald or a support player, but like a Nomad, a Gridlock, which has been seen quite a lot of times this match or this day in general. I mean, K9 just loves their Gridlock. It's like their mascot, It's the one thing they love.
I don't know why, but yeah, Gridlock, cracked operator totally. Gerald's doing the same shotgun thing, just need him.
I mean, look, Gridlock is just better. That's it. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry for trashing K9. I mean, I am looking like a bit of a hard guy, but like, I'm just trying to be realistic, I mean, I'm gonna speak my mind. If I see something I'm not impressed with, I'm gonna call it out. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. Maybe it's gonna improve, and they've got to hear it from someone. So like, yeah.
It's nothing personal, but if it's brought to the attention of casters, we should call it out. Maybe it could be further better. So it's no hard feelings on them, but no hard feelings on you either. So let's just continue what we're doing, and let K9 Tortilla being an absolute mad lad taking out Gerald, the ace of the team.
And K9, that's like our breach. Okay, this is actually pretty strong from them. They do have potential. Okay.
Dragot also joining that kill streak with Tortilla, but not completely, as Swiss will be taken out before he can do anything of a refrag. Getting challenged, it's trying to get any type of, attention, some sort of situation going for him. And Shady gets Dragot off the team. The stairs are getting challenged from all types of sides. Shady almost getting the kill onto Gab Z, but not quite. And Cypher with a double pistol kill in the hand. He did not care. The P12 was enough for him. He gets the 1, he gets the 2, and that's going to be his second pick. And the double kill, finishing it out with quite a fancy play of the game.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
It was. And this is what we wanted to see. This is what me and good old Rods wanted to see from K9, and if we continue to see this, we could be seeing some potential of a victory, which is, let's cross our fingers, let's hope. That's all we can do.
Yep.
Okay. No, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the first time today we've seen Mozzie?
No, I think we've seen... You might have a point. I don't know. I haven't really been following much. But yeah, Mozzie isn't... He kind of fell off of it since the P10 nerf and since Consulate got taken out of the map pool. That's basically because he's kind of potent on Windows. So basically that means like on Consulate, you basically just shoot them at the windows. And then when we repel up like on a map like Consulate, they can't drone you out. That's why he's superior to Mute in some scenarios. But he kind of fell off now because he's not really in the meta much. Like you wouldn't really use him in like Meet Mozzie competitions, Meet Mozzie Vigil, like on these SSG style runs, just to try and waste time, but he's still a great fragger and he's a great operator.
Oh, the old times when he had the super shoddy.
Oh yeah, that was... yeah, that was good.
Good times. But no, Siege is not allowing that. Let's nerf him. And with that, good old Mozzie roaming, one of the best roamers. At the time, I feel like he was really a meta roamer. With the super shoddy, he was extremely strong.
Yeah.
I understand why they nerfed him, but man, you already nerfed his height. Why nerf his, ability to shoot out holes as well? And, talking about nerfing things, that could be Dragon with the alibi gun, the SMG. No Prism intended, but nerfing out Swiss is going to be the first play getting taken off of Neverlast Esports, and they're going to be going off to a good start. Kitten's also taking damage, and it seems like K9 is off to, a bit of a new startup. They're doing a lot better than before, to say the least.
Yeah. I remember Troy Canadian with his little SSG style roams back in the day with his Mozzie shotgun, super shorty. That was very potent.
Hell yes.
Like, I think that SSG roster, like one invite in 2020, was just so influential, and like they just pioneered the SSG roam, which like everyone knows nowadays. So it's like a free story roam where you just utilize the whole map and fall back to it. I mean, it's very strong.
Indeed. I mean, used to be good. Now it's ruined. Just like most things.
Yeah. I mean, Binker exists now, so I think that's better than Mozzie ever has been.
Yes. And she's still not nerfed.
Nope, not nerfed at all. I mean, I don't know how they'll go about nerfing it though. I wouldn't do a recoil nerf, because that's just gonna be... It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck a fun out of the game. I don't know if I like a recoil nerf. Maybe just buff Ash again. Give her free breach charges or give her flashbangs. I think that'll probably do it.
Or maybe just remove the LMG from Finka.
You have a point actually. I mean, I wouldn't remove it. Maybe just make it so it's like, some people have said this, just make it so it's impossible to to basically reload. Like when you reload, it's impossible to aim down sight again, so you can't like, so you're vulnerable whilst you reload.
That's a good one actually. Yes, you're kind of locked in the animation of reloading.
Cypher just pulls out his sidearm and takes 2 people out. Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's always fun when someone switches a pistol and just fires it. Now K9 are kind of bringing this back. So this is obviously looking like a defender-sided skyscraper. Just because the map might be attacker or defender-sided, it doesn't mean that it can change.
True. Very true. And K9 with another match. They are 4-4. Last time I checked, they were 7-2 on Oregon, and with that in mind, it's already better. It's a lot better. They're proving a lot more. They're proving us casters wrong. The whole viewership of the enemy team, they're just bringing it back stronger than ever. So I'm gonna say once I'm still a casual underdog enjoyer. I love seeing teams that are below or worse than the opposing team win because it's just the underdog winning is sometimes a bit more satisfying to see. Yet again, nothing against the opposite teams, but it's 4-4.
Yeah, an underdog story is always a fun time. Yeah, so basically, I was just saying that even though it's a defender-sided map, it can change and be attacker-sided, or if it's an attack-sided map, it can change and be defender-sided. So in T4, like, if good teams, this map will be like attacker-sided, but if teams aren't as like structured on their attacks, it might like fluctuate a little, which is kind of cool to watch. Now, they're running the Mozzie again, which is great. Now, someone just actually has pointed out in chat that apparently K9 like the gridlock because they believe it's more reliable than Nomad. I think that's just incorrect, really. I mean, I don't see how it's more reliable. You can maybe make the argument for bringing Gon 6, but also and Smokes, but I mean, I don't really see that. And also, you don't bring Nomad 100% of the time as well. Nomad's still kind of situational. Well, I don't know what that's about. I think they've just got to, like... We probably tried it out in scrims against some bad teams, and it's worked wonders for them. We just kept it.
Maybe that was the situation. Maybe, that's how the story of how K9 absolutely loves Gridlock came all together. And, I won't really be harsh on them for picking Gridlock so much, but maybe they just have their, I guess, fan favorite operator. I'll say it like that. Yet again, we have to ask in the interview, which I'm crossing my fingers to happen. I hope it does, and I hope, because that's going to be probably the main question.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him about it. I mean, yeah, so basically, I don't mind when people, like, kind of one-trick Smoke, Thinker, Thermite, Hibana, stuff like that. Like, kind of useful ops. When it's Gridlock, you might just bottleneck the team a little bit if it... Because, like, I think everyone can kind of agree in the comp scene that Gridlock isn't as good as Nomad. I mean, I don't know why we're doing this. But I guess it's kind of preference if they think they can make it work. I mean, who am I to tell them not to do that? But it's my advice. Booney will be using the P10 Roni now. 16 bullets, not exactly a big magazine for him. He's going to make every shot count. Also got to hit head too. So he has a 1.5. He could probably seek out some heads, but Shady and Finker here will be doubled up and just trying to push into Dragon in advance and take this map control. Now Dragon's playing below in stock as well, so it's kind of like they're meeting each other here. They've got players on on 2 lines, and they're going to meet in the middle at one point. So the stuff's going to hit the fan. Tortilla will be kind of peeking out here. He's on a little angle onto the doors. Dragon's got Vert here as well. He's made out with a Bailiff, which is very good. Alibi's a great operator now to play because you get a shield, a Bailiff, and a great weapon, and a free speed as well, so it's very optimal for roaming. And of course, you get her primary utility, which you can put in like common free fire positions, so you get free info. Tortilla will be aggressing onto the breach here, just trying to seek for pick onto, I think that's Thermite. Ooh. Oh, and he gets smoked. Lava Gerald just gets destroyed. Swiss comes in with a refrag. This is great. I mean, it's 50 seconds left. I mean, oh, he finds another one. Okay.
Ooh. Slowly coming down on all of us. And of course, it's a 3v3 situation, you know, no man advantage here. But the thing is, Neverlast Esports is on a time limit. Dragout Wiz starting to take damage. He's going to get into gunfight real soon. And the attackers have to do something. I mean, we see the mute outside of sight. Quite an interesting sight. He gets taken out by Switch from above. That's going to be a refrag onto the hatch. Not completed. Will Dragon be able to finish it? He goes upstairs with Cypher. And it's down to a 2v2 situation right now. Trying to get him up. It's 13 seconds on the clock. It's really stressful. It's all coming down. 8, 7, 1 goes down. That's 2. It's back to a 2v2, a 2v1 for Cypher. Cypher is all that's left. He almost gets wallbanged, not quite. The man is going down. Will he be able to deny it?
Oh! No! Cypher! Oh, that was so close, man. I mean, yeah, I mean, the guy just exposed himself to a vert angle. That should never have happened. Like, that was just a mistake, and that kind of costed him the round a little. I mean, it's unfortunate for them. Now, okay, so we're playing Smoke. Yeah, Smoke's definitely a great operator. He can basically bring Smoke in every single strike. He's a no-brainer, great operator. We're also kind of like playing Roamers too, with the Alibi and Mute. Maybe trying to like extend out of sight and use those jammers to like destroy drones and stuff. I know something's interesting. You see Shady playing with Buck. He might try and like elect to go below and play vertical on him from below and just mess him up and just cut off rotates. That's kind of like what you can do with Buck on Skyscraper. Oh no, he gets off Nomad. So unlike K9, who insists in playing Gridlock, Shady's actually made the intellectual decision to play Nomad, which is like probably, and you get burn as well, like a lot more burn, which is really good. And definitely, arguably a better gun with whatever he chooses, the AK or the ARX. Kitten will do this. Okay, now Kitten's done this every single round. Is he just sort of like, yeah, goes in, gone 6 up by EP, and then he just kind of lurks around for a little while until he gets his next objective from his IGL.
He's doing side quests. Leave him be. Kitten's just doing side quests.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Just getting in, destroying the bulletproof, and dipping.
Exactly. It's kind of his job right there. But Neverlast is not, you know, previously Neverlast won by a 5. Yeah, it was 5 rounds consecutively one after another. It was just absolute domination. Cypher, another time where K9 was seconds away from actually, and then like last time it was Neverlast Esports, but it was another defender who was literally millimeters away from a pre-kill, a freebie.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, as you were saying, Neverlast kind of smoked him last game, but K9 is sort of seeing a way more, it's like, yeah, K9 are kind of like doing better, which is kind of expected since it is their map pick after all, but yes, definitely a lot closer game, something that the viewers will be very, very excited to watch.
Alright, I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say this is where the heat starts. When he gets a kill onto Shady, he's back to no man advantage. The shield gets taken out, so that's the Alibi with a nade coming to the Alibi's face, getting blown away. That's gonna be switched with another kill. Dragon is taken over. They're gonna start approaching site, and with 1 minute and 40 on the clock, they have all time that they need. They have everything they need. They can prep up. They have the time. They can be completely relaxed. But I feel like Wamai is going to be quite a hindrance, to say the least.
Yeah.
And of course, man advantages on Neverlast is esports, but the defenders have one a huge advantage that they seem to sometimes forget of: the time limit.
Yeah.
The defenders want to get greedy. They want to get kills. They want to, prevent from plants happening. But they forget, smoke's a thing. Smoke is
Yeah.
kind of there for you to pat you on the back, saying, and you're now rushing into sight and not getting any type of plan. So I just realized Kitten is downstairs, which is something. But there's going to be a kill from Tortilla onto Gerald. The Swiss getting one onto Tortilla as well. Back to a man advantage. James joining him onto Dragon. It's a 3v1. Will Gapsy with a shotgun on Black Stairs. He is unable to do much as to just stare into the abyss and think about his future. The kids he's going to be having. I mean, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
Okay, I take it back. This Finka is dead. No. Yeah, Gaps with another astonishing kill, but gets instantly traded out by Swiss. And Swiss being pretty dominant this round. Very dominant. And yet another round going over to Neverlast Esports. K9 back to fighting for all or nothing. 2 rounds need to be won, or it is going to be over. Right now, K9, if they lose 1 out of these 2 rounds, it's done. Neverlast can just win 1 more, and they're looking at a comfortable win 2-0. So, what do you think of the performance? Comparing K9 to this, to previous K9 in Oregon. What do you think the performance is like? What would you rate it?
Well, I'd probably say that they're still not a very intellectual team. They're still kind of making a lot of mistakes, but they're kind of like pulled out Skyscraper and they're doing a lot better on it. So, I mean, I can't really fault them for that, but they're still kind of losing to Neverlast, like a little bit. I still think Neverlast are a better team, but we'll see how it goes. It's still very winnable for them, but it's gonna be tough. I think they've just got to try and play for refrags a lot more, which I think they have done. They might have scrimmed Skyscraper a little bit more than Oregon. They could be a little more comfortable on it. We don't know. Hopefully, we'll be able to ask them on the interview, but very very interesting matchup so far.
So yeah, we're going over tactical timeout. These players right now have to go through a very, very huge decision. I mean, if they win these 2 rounds, they can go into overtime. They can, stall a bit more. They can maybe even win. But they have to get the mentality. And I feel like this is a very good thing because, Neverlast was on this streak. They were on this momentum. They were on this surge that gets cut off by the tactical timeout. So, you're on this adrenaline, but then it just stops you to a tactical timeout. You can't keep it going. So it's either that or can I just want to talk things through, calm down, want to get back into action and stay where before. And again, it's all or nothing for these 2 rounds for them.
Yeah, totally. You're right about them pulling the tactical timeout out. So basically, just gonna try and stop Neverlast momentum. Basically enable them to basically have a little think about what's going wrong and maybe just try and bring this back. But versus EOL, I mean, they can still draw. Like it's BO2s, it ain't BO3s. So if they just get this map and call it a day, they get a point and they've taken a few points away from Neverlast, then that's a win for them.
It is. At least it should feel like. But, I got no, don't. Oh, Thatch James getting taken off the board by a nasty spawn peek. It's going to be the alibi being quite cheeky. Going back for a second. Will she be able to take it? Or will she, back up now wanting to challenge it again? I'd be wise to say, don't challenge it again. And so will Dragon. But going for another one, he does get the buck. And that's going to be a second tail. And a second pick for him. 2 players off the board. And barely half a minute has passed. Wow. Don't tell me it's the third. Taking a challenge in bathroom. And right now, K9 is looking extremely comfortable and confident.
This might be the game here. I don't know though.
We're close.
Depends. Like this could definitely be the game. Like if Swiss just goes below and just lobs nades up. I mean, Yeah, he's got a Hail Mary. It could be the game, as I said. Okay, it doesn't find that. I mean,
The first one doesn't land, but let's hope. It was sure not to land for the second one, but at least you get the breach out of the way. Thatcher was not needed. And with that in hand, Dragot is actually quite still in action. You know, he's still going around trying to get his third kill. Maybe even an ace in his mind. We'll have to see if he manages to get it. That's a third kill onto Swiss. He's going out for an ace. Is he going to get it? He gets a challenge from main stairs, but Kitten is going to be shutting down that 3K, and we may be seeing a potential comeback from the side of Neverlast as they get shut down even more from the side of Tortilla. Gerald getting taken out. It's only Kitten and Kitten alone in this 1 minute clutch against 4 people. So, you know, in this situation, most people will be quite stressed. But this is competitive. No one gets stressed here. At least I hope. I'm hoping. Almost yet again, almost a wallbang. Getting down from below. She gets actually a lot of HP taken up. Now using that adrenal surge, but a wallbang onto Bunny, and that's going to be thrown out of the match. And I was thinking, were they calling a tactical timeout mid-round? For a second, that got me confused. My bad. About 30 seconds on the clock. Kitten going in. She's on full charge, ready to take out anything, not knowing where anyone is. No intel, no drones or cameras to be, you know, accessed. The Jaeger's going to take her out, isn't he? And that's going to be a kill onto the Jaeger, finishing it off. That's going to be Cypher with a round going over to K9. One more round. They lose this, they lose it all. But this is the round K9 has to win. And we're going to be going over to tactical timeout. So, you know, K9 did actually pretty well. That round, of course, Dragout kind of, I wouldn't say carried it, but carried it. He absolutely got a spawn peak, went bang, got buck, main stairs, even challenged more. And at the end, there was only Kitten standing. But that was not enough. So, you know, it wasn't quite the best. But, of course, these, at least we can be satisfied as they were not completely exiting kills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you basically have some different there. I mean, yeah, you're right. Well, I like your hat and glasses. You're very stylish.
Thank you.
Very dapper.
You were the first one that has said that, and you're the first one who actually has the glasses besides me. So, likewise. Are those Are those just like you're actually wearing like actual glasses, or?
Yeah, these are prescription. I'm not one of those weirdos who just wear glasses just for the sake of it. Well, sunglasses are fine, like yourself. But I'm talking about these frauds who wear these fake prescription glasses.
Oh, these aren't like actual sunglasses, just an attachment. So that's neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially, I mean, I guess Blu-ray glasses could also maybe come into play. Kind of effective. Not too bad, but yeah. Let's go over to the match point for Neverlast. If they win this, I mean, they're looking pretty comfortable. It's T and Karaoke they're going to be playing on. And Cypher, of course, back with Jaeger. You know, I don't think we have failed to see him play good on Jaeger. She's always brought out at least something. And, of course, with Neverlast loadout being actually quite, I wouldn't say default, but this is what you mostly see. You know, you have Fink and Nomad Sledge. There's just a Thatcher Thermite in the background. No, normally, I guess a Yana in the background or an extra would work. And Schratzer, the same, no, not much adaptability. And let's just see how it plays out. I'm hoping Neverlast can actually maybe pull it out. No, 75. Yet again, no offense to K9, but I am melting. This suit is very hot. Holding. And with that, Dragon yet again. With a swamping, does he get it?
Whoa.
Not quite. He tries, but it was not close enough.
Well, I like the style of play though from Kanan. They're getting a little crazy. They're matching the aggression from Neverlast.
Very true. Yeah, I mean, more aggression is always what you love to see. And James right now just, trying to take on a bit more aggression himself. I feel like Neverlast is going to be challenging that aggression with some sort of aggression on their own you want to see who's the more aggressive player, and that's how it mostly ends. The guy who's more aggressive does come out on the top, and no players have been lost. Almost a minute has passed. We're down to the last 2 remaining minutes, and no players have been lost. Not much ground has been covered, but that's where we're starting to go. Shady already with the Nomad. That's what we've been seeing from K9. Main camera spotted and destroyed, and we're down to the minute 50. It's gonna start getting heated. Like, it's not hot enough. Like, thank you, summer, I guess. July 20th is I'm going to melt. So yeah, with that in mind, still a lot of time. They have a lot of preparation, a lot of droning they can do, and in the meanwhile, we're just gonna have to see if anything can really happen. But alright. I mean, shots are getting fired. Caden's taking some damage along with Tortilla. Nades are also getting dropped. The ADSs are not working mixed with the Lamais. He's going to have one soon, but will it be soon enough? He throws it out. The Gon 6 coming out. The shield is destroyed. And this Lamai is going to have to be pushed a bit more back. Now, of course, Tortilla did actually back up. His HP was quite low, and he didn't want to take the challenge way too much. Nomad coming into play, quite useful. A nade still left, and first kill goes over to James. He's going to be picking it up onto Dragot, the most aggressive player from the last round, and it's going to be taken down or shut down quite quickly. Shady gets an exchange by Tortilla, the Nomad off the team. They used some of, I believe, all the Nomad air jabs in time. Now, of course, you still have the adrenaline surge. Swiss is going to get taken out. The Cypher location has been determined. 20 seconds is on the clock. Thermite down. It's a 2v4 situation. Nader dropped. Kitten is below, but he won't be able to do much. Jaeger challenging her. Actually, Kitten is going to be going over to Black Stairs. It's a 1v4 situation. Gets taken down by Jabzy. That's going to be overtime. Actually, match point getting finished. Whew. On 13. Oh god. Seems like K9 is enjoying defense a lot more than they are enjoying attack. And with that in mind, let's see if they're back on defense. And they're going exhibition office. Yet again, the upstairs site. Let's see what they will do. Oh god. I just sneezed. Hold on. All right. So, Rods, what's your perception on the situation we're in currently?
Well, I think we've elected to go exhibition here, which is a pretty strong site. We're just going to try and extend into drum like we saw Farmer doing with a shotgun, which is very strong. I think it's very winnable for them if they just play it right. I think it's going to learn to play for refrags and just stop dying to like needless mistakes. Like I've been slating them all day. Like I have been slating them. I've kind of been a little bit rude, some people might say, but I think like I'm just trying to be real with him. Like I know hard feelings. I just want to see him improve.
Yeah, fair enough. So, all right, everybody, we're 6-6. It's overtime, and these last 2 teams are absolutely bringing it down. Let's everyone in the chat. Let's start hyping up the team we're going for. Let's start getting the votes out, and let's see who can come out the winner. They're both on equal terms, but it seems like one of these teams is a lot more comfortable on defense than they are on attack. Dragon just absolutely a beast, an absolute menace he is. He's going for spawn peaks every round. Well, though they worked once, he's gonna first time full on shame on you, second time shame on me, but third time you're gonna get killed by Kitten. That's kind of how it is. The LMG getting out in play, and of course, that mind, not even the first kill on board. You Neverlast going back into a very comfortable position, and well, do you think that's gonna affect this round quite a lot? Rob?
Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think this first frag onto Dragon trying to spawn peek is going to affect the round? Never mind.
Okay, Shady, I see you. He's getting a little. He's getting in there. He's fine to kills. Very good play there. This is an incredible execute from Neverlast, to be fair to them. Things like that siege we've seen all day.
My god, that Amaru play is just out of the ordinary. I mean, Shitty does not care. He's going into side. If Tortilla likes it or not, he's in a 1v3 situation. In quite a mess. Quite a mess, and that's going to be Shitty getting taken off the board. Of course, with the finishing blow, it's going to be round 7 going over to Neverlast. Also, I did see in chat uncooked. I do apologize. I may have either forgot and either I have forgot or just didn't know that you have glasses. My apologies.
Yeah, looking at the chat, looking at his keyboard warriors. I think my casting is atrocious just because I'm calling the mistakes I see out. I mean,
let's all just calm down. That's all right. Like everyone has their own opinions. Let's just stick to them. Let's not judge each other.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Let's enjoy the game.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, basically TLDR. I mean, K9, they have potential. They're on a bad team. They're just making a load of mistakes. They've made it to ELL Major. Well, I mean, that's an accomplishment, right? I mean, they're just letting themselves down by making these like little mistakes. And like all I can do, I'm just getting frustrated because I can see these mistakes and I know how they can fix them. And they just like, yeah, they just not really like playing the best they can. They're just getting picked off to stupid decisions and stuff. Like, yeah, I could give you a list if you wanted me to, but just little things that are adding up and costing them the game. But if they get this round, then they have a pretty good defense. This is very winnable for them. They can clinch out a draw and get some points on their team.
It's a very close score as well. I mean, it's their map, but at least they're doing a lot better than on Oregon, where it was 7-2 for them. Actually, for the side of Neverlast and K9. I mean, improving this much, at least on this map, or making this much of a difference is quite amazing. But yeah, with all of this, we have 7-6, and Neverlate is actually on defense, where they had a 2-round difference before the role swap, which is actually quite amazing. So they too actually feel quite close to the defensive side. So we're gonna have to see how well they perform, at least on here, as the drones are getting sent out, and they're not taking, K9 is not taking too much of their time. They do not want to waste a bit or just a second of it.
Yeah. So again, the gridlock of main will just be running into Geisha and find this open engagement. He'll make a little hole here to throw his track stinger for the flank watch. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, we already have Geisha control. Gerald's doing his signature shotgun play on the dragon, drum even. Yeah, drum stairs. I mean, we're just gonna see how these guys adapt to it. I mean, if these guys can adapt and just nade him and double swing and just kill him, get that map control and push side, it's very winnable for them.
Yeah, I mean, we also see Gerald back with a shotgun. Tortilla taking out Kitten. It's going to be the first kill getting dropped onto the alibi. A lot of aggression from the side of Kitten, but will Gerald be able to avenge his teammates? Nades are getting dropped on him. That's going to be quite a close kill onto the side of Tortilla.
Oh, Gerald swings out.
Drag out, but he's not going to be letting it happen. Of course, the absolute Finka play coming in, and the nades getting dropped. The Warden didn't have much of a chance but to push, and it's through a 3v5 situation going very quickly down. Oh, it's getting quite tough in here, and Tortilla with a very nice finishing kill, actually starting up kill and getting one onto Shitty as well. It's a 2v5 situation. Jim's gonna have to go off of every corner, every single little pixel he can to get a kill, and also Swizz getting one onto Dragon.
I mean, man, it would be phenomenal if Neverlast can clinch the game out like this 2v5 situation. James gets crazy, he jumps out, jumps back into Dragon. Oh, nearly finds the head of whoever that was. I think it was Twitch. Oh, just a shot in the back of the head. Rip. Okay, James, one future situation now. Can you do it for the team? Can he win the game out? We'll see here. Oh, nearly finds the body of that player there. He's just trying to retake it into drum. Ah. Okay. Kind of hoping he would win the game there for them. That would have been great.
It was very close indeed. But of course, K9's not going down without a fight. Now, it's all down to this. It is all down to this. It is 7-7, and it's all coming down. These players are right now fighting for all or nothing. I mean, even Neverlast is doing quite strongly, but not strong enough to win on K9's map. Now, with that in mind, it's going to be quite tough to win, especially with K9 doing actually quite good in the recent rounds. They've been proving to be quite strong. The refrag potential, not peaking too much, not being too aggressive, but being passive and aggressive at the same time, at the correct time, and the right places. It's all just like it's like the perfect recipe. You cook something for the first time and it's just perfect, and you just love it so much.
Yep, just like Gridlock's tortillas.
Ooh,
Anyway,
tortilla.
so
I
we've
love
got yeah, so 7-7 now, overtime match point. This could go either way. Kind of just got to keep your head down and just play Siege. Like at this point, obviously your mental doesn't get in the way because some players feel stress and it's not good at all. Just gotta stick to the strats and just try and get the game done. But Draco to give the team a decent shield, I'd say. You might as well put it in minibar in my opinion. It might be a little bit better, but it is what it is. Play below the 1.5 MX Storm.
Oh, this is the last 3 minutes we have of gameplay, and also, Dan, can we get confirmation for an interview? All right, great. Yeah. So pretty much an interview should happen. Let's hope it does. I have a lot of questions for these players. They're both playing amazingly, and they seem to be quite a matchup, at least in K9's map. So K9 can still get something out of this at the very end, and let's hope they do. I mean, they've been proving to us that they can improve, they can adapt, and they can overcome. Now, the last one, let's hope it stands. It's all going to be depending on the round. The breach is going out. Neverlast already on the main breach. The C4 actually didn't reach anyone, and Gabsy is kind of stuck. He's a bit stuck. He's just stuck. Nothing else. A lot of roam presence from K9 Esports. Not much site presence though. You don't have a lot of reach, actually, trap operators to secure your protection on site. But that's going to be the second breach, and there it is. The amount of rotation cut out with just 2 devices from Thermite is absolutely insane. Now they have a whole site under control. Downstairs is still being played. Gabsy with, of course, Cypher. Hager yet again. A nice shot on the Shady. It's a kill, but below is being played as well. Shrapnel starting to damage him. Will anything be able to finish him? Only as we're down to the last minute and 20.
5v3 situation now. Neverlast has got to pull something out like a magician. They're just trying to pick main breach to find someone, but in Neverlast's heads, they're going to be sweating right now. We're going to be like, oh no, it's 3v5, the game's over. The mental could be shot. But like in this situation, you just got to get crazy. You just got to run in and just take sight and just try and kill them. It's Hail Mary play. It's 7-7. You might as well give it a go. Go down fighting. They've got a minute to work with as well. Oh, Dragon fans and everyone. Okay, 1v5 for Gerald here. It's kind of over. Yeah. Kayla managed to clinch out the draw and deny Neverlast a few points, which is incredible for them. As we said, this is a win for K9. Yeah, this is a win for K9.
A very interesting victory. The first round, or the first match of today, the BO1, the BO1 of the BO2 actually was quite, I won't say atrocious. Like I said, I'm not trying to be mean against anyone, but it was quite demanding for the side of course, K9, and Neverlast did kind of dominate on their own map, but when it came to Skyscraper, K9 put up a good fight. They adapted, they were very strong. Their operators were questionable, at least some of them, mostly the gridlock, but that's up to personal preference. And yeah, I feel like right now let's just go for a 5-minute break or so, and then we should be back for the interview, and that should be all for today.
Yep.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you stayed tuned. It was a pretty heated match, On the first one, it wasn't really much happening, but the second one got very intense. It got also very close, and it came down to very big decisions. And of course, with that, we still need to know stuff. We need to know why the gridlock was there, what was the aggression, what was the playstyle, what were you going for, all that type of stuff. And that's where the interview comes in. That's why kind of we're here. And I do believe Bunny from or Bunny. I am probably butchering that name so badly. That's going to be a question as well. But he's going to be here with us. So could we please get a good old drag?
Yeah, he pushes he's for IGL as well. Hi, Booney.
Hello. Okay, so firstly, congratulations on winning the second map, Skyscraper. Um, Now, of course, your team won actually pretty decently. It was a close match, but you still actually played a lot better than Oregon. Now, we have some questions for you, if that's all right. And, starting off, was Skyscraper like your most practiced map? Was it ideal, or did it just happen by coincidence?
In Skyscraper as a team recently, so we have discriminated a lot, but we've just been working on getting everything right. We played a lot of league games on it, won some, lost some. So we've just been going through trying to correct what's been going wrong and getting it better for the next time.
Yeah, cool. I have a question. We were just wondering how long have you guys been a team for? Because you guys have definitely got potential. Like I kind of got heated during the cast. To be fair, I got a little emotional. But you guys have got potential, and just ignore what I said because I was a little rude, which I apologize for. But you guys have got potential. You just got to fix a few small mistakes, and then you guys will be a great team. It's just yeah, I was wondering how long you guys have been a team for.
We've all been together since about April time, and we've gone through different players, blah blah. And
All right.
Drago D and Gaps have been here for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So
I think
okay,
Gaps
so you've been together for like a week to 2 weeks.
As a full team, yeah, a couple of weeks.
Well, fair enough. And you guys have already made it to Yellow Major, and you're just gonna keep on improving. I mean, who knows? You might like end up getting really good and winning. But yeah, we'll be excited to see how that goes. Now, I do have a question. Your flank watch decided to play Gridlock exclusively, when I'm pretty sure everyone in T4 agrees that Nomad is superior.
He just prefers Gridlock, to be honest, and we're not going to complain. He tends to
He's
frag off on
based.
Gridlock a lot.
He's based,
so
my guy.
He is.
Holy, I love. Who played it? Who played Gridlock?
Tortilla. He's exclusively Gridlock and my player.
Jesus Christ.
Tortilla has my props. I absolutely love him. He is based. All right. So, you won your first match. This is the first Playday in EOL. So, how confident are you about moving up the ladder in, I guess, going up against tougher teams? Like, how confident are you? Do you think you're going to completely win, completely wipe out everyone, or is it a bit more realistic?
It's definitely a lot more realistic. We've just switched Cypher onto IGL from me being IGL. So we're just trying to get used to the whole coordination on attack with that. But as a team, we just got to keep scrimming together, playing together, winning and losing, adapting to what we do wrong. We're just trying to put things right in a short space of time.
All right. Also, if you want to answer this, not necessary, but do you as a team, you got together now, you feel like you've won your first game as a full team, at least in this league, and what are your goals? Like going for a pro league, maybe a bit smaller of a cup? Like, what's your goal as a full team right now?
Overall, just getting to know each other, play T4 leagues, get better, hopefully, eventually win a couple. We would like to do some kind of T3, but the problem is we have 2 German players, 2 British, and a Finnish player. So I think it's 3 players from one region minimum to compete in that T3 region. So we're just trying to figure that out before we get our eyes on T3.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you guys sound like a great bunch. You absolutely amazed us today. We're not going to speak of Oregon. That's just in the past. But Skyscraper was absolutely fantastic to watch. You guys had some specifically played out plans that I have actually personally not seen. The Warden getting taken out. Even Gerald didn't know what was coming to him with the Finca. It was just some specific things were absolutely fantastic and phenomenal. And I hope, we see that in the future. I'm actually kind of hyped up to cast you in the later. So, Rods, do you have any questions?
Well, no, not really. I think we've kind of summed it up all at all. But like, what inspired you guys to do the IGL change? Because that's usually pretty big for teams. It's like a fresh start.
So obviously, me being entry, I find it quite hard in the long run to like coordinate the late round executes
Oh,
while
yeah?
trying to
Okay.
do my job and get droned in. So we
Mhm.
figured that switching Cypher to Flex and putting them on IGL would be better for the team as a whole,
All right,
especially
cool.
for attack.
Mhm. Well, yeah. Thanks for the interview, man. I appreciate it. Good talking to you. Bye.
I'm hoping to see you in the future yet again. Oh well, that was depressing.
And we got
All
the
right.
ducky guy in here. Yo, are you kidding? Because I thought you guys did a roster change.
No, I am Kitten. That is me.
Yeah, I was about to say you guys have had a roster change. You played pretty good today.
Not really,
Alright.
but thanks.
No, you played good, especially on Oregon. You're getting in there, getting the opening engagements. I think on Skyscraper you just got a little unlucky.
I know that was nothing to deal with luck. We are very prepared on Oregon on most maps, but hadn't practiced Sky in a while. We'll definitely catch up on that when we have the chance for our next league game, because I
Yeah,
was
they-
a bit lost there.
Yeah,
I never really-
I believe they picked Sky against you, didn't they? In the map veto.
Yeah,
Apparently.
they did.
So like, yeah, that would throw anyone off if you haven't scrimmed that map.
We definitely will for next. We'll be ready for the next team that tries to take us
Yeah,
to Sky.
cool.
We
Cool,
hadn't
cool.
scrimmed it, and we still took it to OT.
Yeah. Like
Alright.
I know you guys. I have a question about Oregon. You guys don't really double push much. You just funnel through one like point. Like you just bin off. You don't even take attic. You just funnel through big window and white stairs. And as a comp player, I know it's like I always thought taking attic was a great idea. Like I was wondering what's going through your head when you just funnel through one point like that or backstairs. Does it like cut out the middleman of roam clearing or like what's that? What's that about?
Backstairs by like white stairs, do you mean, or?
So for top floor, you just did a big window and run up white stairs take without any attic control. And then for basement, you just funnel through back stairs and just take site that way without going down freezer or anything.
Yeah, on the basement, we do try to ignore the room clear a little bit because we don't like clearing the whole map because we'd have to require it to take upstairs and small. But for the kids attack, we have a very structured attack. There's cams everywhere. We know what map control we have. We clear the roam from below instead of attic because from pro VOD review and our own games, the attic master push isn't as good. It tends to go down more in gunfights, but when we go for like white stairs, we get to either get free picks on the guy playing bunks because he's kind of trapped, or otherwise we do get to do that push up white and jump in big window with the Yinkandelas, which tend to be very favored for us.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Well, this is a general question with all the teams. So, you guys are actually pretty strong. We saw a lot of potential. We saw also a lot of good plays. So, what are your current goals, I would say? What do you expect?
Well, we kind of expect to win this league.
Confidence.
Yeah, I think our team is probably the best here. We've barely been together right now, and we're focusing a lot more on our team play. And we've seen some of the teams. We've played them in quals, of course, and we don't think there'd be that big of a challenge. And especially the more we play together with our newest player, I think the only real thing would be getting the big fat first place dub. Anything less would be not optimal.
Well, that's actually quite neat. So, how long have you guys, the full stack, the full roster? How long have you guys been a team for?
We just got our fifth like a week ago, I think, or a week and a half, something like that.
And you're really firing on full cylinders.
And, it's Shady, and he's currently a really great fit.
I mean, he absolutely proved himself today, at least from what we seem to see. And also, a bit out of topic, but I see a comment here from Copite. If anyone knows Kitten personally, can you tell them that I am their biggest fan? So just a bit of fan service over here. So just letting you know that much. You have a biggest fan now, I guess.
Speak off it.
So that's great to hear. And well, that's going to be it from my side of questions. Of course, Rons, do you have any questions yourself?
Oh yeah, I liked that Amaru up exhibition hatch, or office even. Yeah, when you're married into site with everyone.
Noticed that they were a bit weak on site, so we just went for a full site take.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, like 7-7, it was close. It could have gone either way, so I wouldn't I wouldn't feel that bad. Sometimes stuff happens.
OT, we win that.
Yeah, you went to skyscraper. It was risky. It's a skyscraper. That happens. All right. Well, that's all my questions done. Yeah, thanks for coming in and answering them.
Right?
Yeah.
No problem.
Thank you yet again for joining us with the interview. Also, yet again, well played, good game to both of the teams, and I hope to see you in the future. I hope to cast you yet again. You guys are a very strong team, and keep up the confidence. You said you're the best team. Let's see, let's see if you can stand with that sentence.
Mhm.
But that was everything for today, everyone. Thank you for joining. Anyone who's still staying around with us, thank you so much for joining for the first play day of season 4. It was absolutely great. I mean, also everyone in the chat, if it got heated up a bit, don't take it out on Rods. He's first time casting. It's okay. Going from coach to caster, I mean, there's some traces left behind. That's
bro,
just how it is.
I've always been a player. I was getting
Yeah.
into casting for something I want to do, but today I kind of got a little bit heated because I saw a lot of mistakes, but I know what we're doing wrong, and I got a little bit heated on that. But yeah, all in all, it was a pretty fun matchup, and it was it was pretty good day of Siege.
True. Very true. And yet again, thank you for everyone in the background. You have Dan who's observing and producing. Like, he's the man, he's the myth, he's the legend doing all of this that we see currently. So thanks for him for the support. You also have Rayan working in the background, the manager, the big man, the one we always love to see. And thanks for the staff in the background just in particular. And we hope to work with everyone as much as we can throughout the entire season. And yeah, we'll be seeing you yet again sooner than expected. This was Bob, and this was Rhodes, actually there. And we'll be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.
Welcome to PGS Esports, where the players play. Your number one platform for all things esports. Built by gamers, for gamers, PGS puts talented players in the spotlight and creates a safe space for players of any skill level. Share stats with players from over 130 countries. Compete against your peers in our leagues and tournaments, and even learn from the pros. All in one easy-to-use mobile app. Find us on Facebook, Discord, or visit our website, pgsesports.com, to stay updated on new features, upcoming events, and more from the world of gaming. Join our growing global community and download the PGS Esports app today.
Cracking.